If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side flyer. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. Ay. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning. How's everybody doing out there? Tobin and Leroy here with you. Happy Friday.
What's up, pork chop?
Bro, that is the greatest thing ever. Pork chop Robinson, and then he just is like, I'm not dealing with your mockery anymore. It's now chop. I'm a grown man.
But think about this. Remember, Denver had the defensive lineman. Was it pork chop or pot roast?
Pot roast.
Okay, because he was built like
roast.
a pot roast. I'm like, how's a pork chop built? When you think of pork chop, you thinking, big fella.
He was 14 pounds at birth.
Wow.
He was a moose.
Wow.
Yeah. I watched like a mini doc on him last night on YouTube.
Can you please tell the people
Already a mini doc?
Well,
Hey.
yeah, they had it in the lead up to the draft. I got to learn something about Chop Robinson and that family. I mean, not small, not small.
Hey, he might be the smallest if he can run the 4.4.
Whew.
Hey, so Vlad, that's not even the. So, the draft is going on, right? They take Chop Robinson, right?
Right.
Tobin shoots me a text.
Uh-oh.
There you go, Mr. Responsible. Right? Because Patrick Mahomes got Worthy.
Oh, mad. So mad.
But I
was
telling
fine.
him,
I was fine with the Chop Robinson. Everybody was freaking out about it because we missed out on that Washington tackle. And I was like, all right, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you miss. Chop Robinson, everybody's like, oh, no stats, just fast. And I was sitting here, I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out if he's good or not. But I was fine up until the damn Bills traded their pick to the damn Chiefs. And they ended up with Worthy. And I'm like, how does that happen? How do you let him get that guy? How do you let him do it?
But here's the deal. Okay? Let's think about this because all these people are getting mad about what their team drafted and passed up on without looking at the big picture of what that team either needed or had. Okay? Before the draft, before anything was done, Patrick Mahomes had a top 5 defense. So if they were going to add something, it was going to be on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they lost pieces.
But don't give him more speed.
They lost pieces.
Again, they got two of the
don't have
fastest.
to move up to get the piece that they want.
They got 2 of the fastest guys as a tandem in the league, right?
Hollywood and Worthy.
Right. And they had to do this. Why?
But Rasheem Rice decided he wanted to
right
for another
right.
reason.
So look at the big.
They call that man Ricky Bobby.
You looking at it totally different. Like I could see the move, right? The move makes sense now that you put the whole story together. Now you look at the Dolphins. Let's take a look at the Dolphins. Okay. If you have a choice, and I'm just saying, if you have a choice between a edge rusher, an offensive lineman, or a wide receiver, look at where your team is right now. You take the edge rusher. Right? because if you take any of the other guys, and then you start giving up 40 till your guys get back, what is the first thing everybody?
When are they going to be back? Like, that's the thing is like
dude, they're not coming back right away. I told you that.
We don't know that.
Oh, stop it.
That's not what the coach said last night.
Okay.
We don't know that.
Okay.
And the GM.
I'm telling you, when the season starts, Chop gonna be a starter.
So you make a draft pick over 4 weeks? That doesn't make sense.
But wait. Oh, well, hold on. I'll give him that. He's not right, but I'll give him that. For 4 weeks. But what position do you rotate more than any?
Pass rush.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, no, it's a win-win, even if they come back at the beginning of the season.
I don't know. I think
you're still rotating because guess what? Think about this. One of your best players at the end of the season was a rotation guy in Van Ginks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, but it's like.
But and I don't know how good he's going to be. And I know everybody's looking at the numbers, which is crazy because, first of all they did was blitz. Right?
Yeah, Manny Diaz is defense coordinator.
Right. That's all they did was blitz. So the numbers get skewed there. Right? But here's the deal. What player at the time of their pick would make the greatest impact on his team the soonest?
Yeah, as long as he's ready to go. I'm not. I don't hate.
Now,
wait. Here's the thing. I don't hate the pick. I just hate that Mahomes got the toy. It's not fair.
He just won the Super Bowl. They can go toy shopping. You can't go toy shopping.
Why
you
not?
You gotta be practical.
Practical? I don't want to be practical.
Okay, and that's why you're not the GM.
Well, listen, his pick last year didn't work out too good. So
what pick?
Cam Smith.
Okay, not yet. He was the second round. He wasn't the first round. If he had picked him where, wait. There's nobody who made a bigger deal about what's his name when they had the 3 first rounders than me. Can't even get on the field. A first rounder inactive.
Yeah, but that was the same thing that I heard when that draft happened. They were like,
no,
yes, it was, because they said at the end of that draft, I remember Brian Flores
never have too many corners.
Never have too many corners. And it's like, yeah, but he stinks. He never plays. And I'm not saying Chop Robinson's not going to play, but he does.
Oh, he's going to play. Whether he sucks or not, he's going to play because you ain't got bodies.
He's not going to suck.
Okay.
He's not going to suck.
Okay.
Did have to be a little bit awkward for Jalen Phillips to watch that at the draft party last night, though.
No, why?
It's a little weird, dude.
The thing is that here's the deal. Rush ends and defensive linemen, right, rotate. So was he upset when Van Ginkles was balling when he was healthy?
I think Van Ginkles was drafted before him.
No, I'm saying, but when he became the starter.
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't thrilled about it.
Right. What do you mean? They don't play every play.
Nah, come on, dude.
They don't play every play.
Hey.
Dude, can you watch a little bit of football before you start this?
Van Ginks, Van Ginks, when he was killing it, we were all saying this guy needs to be playing more even when Jalen Phillips does come back.
Yes.
There's no way Jalen Phillips likes that.
Dude, none of them.
Did you like it when touchdown Tommy Vardell was taken?
No, because he didn't make no touchdowns.
Well, what did you think at the time?
You know what we called Tommy when he got there? First down.
That's not nice.
We said until you score a touchdown, your name first down Vardell. And guess what? He didn't score a touchdown his whole rookie year.
Stone Steve says Tua has a toy, dummy. His name is the Cheetah. I understand, but look, cheetahs.
So let me say this. If they had drafted the wide receiver, you know for a fact that whole organization would have been laughed at and mocked.
Why?
You realize this, right?
Why?
Because it didn't fill any need.
Hey, you always have the need
do you not understand that?
Who's gonna laugh at them for adding more weapons?
Because they need O linemen and D linemen and defensive backs. And they added a position they got 2 or 3 of.
All right. I
Do
mean,
you
like,
know
look,
how irresponsible that is?
I don't hate the pick. I told you. Like, people are freaking out more about the
Then
Chop
why are you
Robinson pick.
whining?
I don't like Mahomes getting more fun. What are we doing?
What
You
does
don't
that
give,
have to do with
you
what the
don't
Dolphins drafted?
You don't get, first of all, the Bills were cowards yesterday. They bowed out of the first round like a bunch of chumps. All right. And then they help out Patrick Mahomes because they can never beat him. And now we're sitting here and then you give the greatest quarterback of our time, the fastest guy in the draft. I don't like it.
Hey, we said the same thing when the Patriots got Randy Moss. Did they win the Super Bowl?
No, but they were perfect up until the point.
They didn't win the Super
They
Bowl.
were record breaking.
They didn't win the Super Bowl.
Dude,
They were
come on.
exciting.
They
were exciting. Oh
that's a
yeah,
silly
I
comparison.
played on one of those teams. Vlad, we broke the record for most points scored in an NFL season, and guess what that got us? Me watching fireworks from the Super Bowl at my house when it was in Miami.
But it's not like you
Yeah,
guys
but that
weren't
that's
contenders.
kicker's fault.
Like that's such a silly comparison. Like
It doesn't
the
matter.
Kicker's fault. But that's your kicker's fault.
But
He
wait,
decided-
they
he
didn't. They
decided
didn't,
today
and they didn't win the Super
be
Bowl.
one
because
out of
somebody
five.
was that the one when somebody caught a ball off their head?
Tyree, yes.
Yeah.
luck happens.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
But it's silly to say like, oh, the Patriots getting Randy Moss didn't work out. Like they nearly
I
it
didn't
did
say
work
that.
out. It took a
I
lucky.
didn't say
you
that.
kind of implied
Wait.
that. You're like, oh, Randy Moss did that
Okay.
one. Did they win the
They
Super
didn't
Bowl?
win the Super Bowl.
They got there? Do you know how much the Dolphins would kill just to get to the Super Bowl?
I mean, well, it's been 20 years since you got past the first round. So
25, dude.
25.
Talking a quarter century.
So
By the way, have you already housed down your iced coffee? Like one segment in?
yeah,
Jeez.
no. This is from on the way back from the gym, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling that iced coffee again. So I went and I got one, picked it up. I've been sipping on it this morning. I'm good to go. I knew that I was gonna have to deal with your ridiculousness.
I'm not ridiculous.
You're being ridiculous.
I'm not ridiculous.
Going into the draft, I told you what was going to happen, right? You have to play the draft. Like a lot of people just think, oh, we got to get this, we got to get this, we got to get this. No, because sometimes a player becomes available that you graded in the top 10 or 15, and he falls to you because some dummy took 6 quarterbacks in the top 12.
That was crazy. It was a crazy draft night. It was a crazy draft.
It was crazy because here, and people may have a problem with who the Dolphins drafted. How would you like to be the guy who give $180 million to a quarterback and then go draft a quarterback?
Atlanta's dumb.
It's weird, dude. It's a weird thing.
Right.
It's a weird.
And so you can justify everybody else, right?
Mhm.
Now, I feel bad. This is why you don't put your business out there in them streets, Vlad. Because the Raiders, they was chopping it up. Hey, we gonna get a quarterback. We gonna get one of them. We gonna get, and then team said, no, you're not. We're gonna move ahead of you.
Sorry.
No, you
Sorry.
could get one of them. You're just gonna have to make moves.
Right.
Dade South saying Al Davis Tobin. You want to know something, dude? That's not fair because basically the Dolphins took the fastest defender on the edge. That dude was like he killed the combine. I like the fact that he's like an explosive guy. People are saying, hey, could be the next Micah Parsons. I love all that. I'm seeing Cam Wake comparisons. That's Goosey's.
He's not Cam Wake.
I'm just saying all that being
who he's very similar to,
Hmm.
and the same things they said about him is old boy from Dallas,
Micah.
Right? Same position, same type of thing. Micah can't stop the run either. Micah is a pass rusher.
He's a monster though. He's like one of those.
But that's very similar energy, size, speed, same body type. So, yeah. But look, they do it all the time. Football's very cyclical because all of a sudden, who's a quarterback from Oregon that got drafted by Denver?
Bo Nix.
All of a sudden, Bo Nix is the next Drew Brees. If I hear that one more time.
Well, it was even worse than that. Did you see what Schefter? Well, you obviously didn't because you're not on Twitter. But did you see the PR move that I mean, you want to talk about water carrying? What Schefter was doing last night for Sean Payton was disgusting, because he goes out there and he's like, we all remember years back, Sean Payton was going to draft Patrick Mahomes before the Chiefs leapfrogged him and took Mahomes. He was going to get Mahomes, and now he has his Mahomes. I'm like, hold on. What are you talking? You didn't see? I'll bring this to you. We got to take a break. Those are our headlines brought to you by the New Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
Side note, we know trucks. Panthers won.
And the Panthers won. Yeah, Panthers put the Lightning on the brink of elimination. Get your brooms ready for Saturday. Heat, they're on the practice floor this morning as they get ready for Game 3 tomorrow from the Kaseya Center. 6 o'clock is your tip-off, everybody. Early tip-off tomorrow. Just be forewarned. 6 p.m. tip-off on Saturday. We got some matinee action.
And 5 p.m. puck drop.
5 p.m. puck
That's
drop.
not
We got
matinee.
all right. Heat's not matinee. Panthers is still technically matinee.
Wait a minute. Didn't we break the matinee down the other, like, not too long ago?
Let's take a break because I'm gonna fight you in about 2 seconds.
Back up to this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins yesterday. They select Chop Robinson at 21. Pass rusher from Penn State. He played under Manny Diaz, much like Jalen Phillips did. So, I saw Manny tweet out yesterday. I was like, all right. Hello, old friend. Now coaching Duke.
So you're going to see him every year.
I know. Though I do know one thing. He's going to get his ass kicked by Mac Brown every year still.
By North Carolina.
I know that's going to happen, dude.
The trip home won't have to be as far, though.
I know that's going to happen. The Dolphins will select today at 55. But yeah, man, yesterday I found the draft. Now, I had the Panthers on also, so that kind of helped. And the craziness that was going on. I'm guessing I should have watched NFL Network or something like that, because the ESPN coverage yesterday of the draft, I felt to be awful. And it just was did it feel like anybody else? Like the draft? First of all, Roger Goodell, you're not fooling anybody, dude. You go out there with your parade of Eminem and every great Detroit line there is, and you're trying to avoid the booze. You still got booed. Then it felt like after the top 10, Leroy, every damn pick there was like a damn announcement. I'm like, what is this? Can we get to the picks? Let's get going.
You know what I hated? Here's what I hated. When I see the little thing that says the pick is in,
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Go.
Like that with the Dolphins.
I don't need you to make this a TV event. We are here for the draft. And it says, ding, 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 ding. But first, Roger Goodell and a special announcement from whoever.
We're going to go live to South Korea. I'm like, all right, we love the troops. Thank you, troops.
Can
but
we be honest here? Can we be
Yeah.
honest? Can I keep it a buck? That's what segment we do on the Sports Day show. I'm sick of these Make-A-Wish kids and all this stuff, man. I'm sorry. It's taking too much time. I'm sorry.
That's supposed to be a day 2 thing.
Yes.
Yeah, make that a day 2 thing. I don't need that for day 1. I don't need that for night 1, first round picks when there's trades, movements happening, and I got to hear all this gibberish. I'm sorry. No.
What screws it up is when you hear the little thing. Ding, 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 ding. The pick is in. When he walked to the stage, damn it, I want a pick.
Like they went to the Dolphins, right? So the Steelers had their pick in. They had a whole assembly. And then the Dolphins were like, we're never on. They go back. Dolphins, 3 minutes left. I'm like, wait, no, you're supposed to have everybody have their time. What are they going to do here? Where could they go? What's going to happen? Now, let's do let's do a song and dance.
You know what's amazing? Here's what's the most amazing part of the draft. Y'all looking at the players and y'all see everybody blinged out, suited, booted and suited and all the announcements or whatever. Here's what I laugh at. Every single draft. Why y'all spend the last 2 or 3 years scouting players? Then you go through the draft and pick said player, and y'all dap each other up. Why are we dapping up owners
in the war room?
And yeah, that was what?
I do like seeing everybody's war room though.
What are we dapping each other up for?
I will say Mike McDaniel's fit was nice. His fit was nice.
It always is. It always is.
But I'm still trying to figure out fist pumps, daps, whatever. This is it. Here's the deal.
Leroy, they got maybe they get the player that they wanted. They were hoping for, so that they got it. And
they always say they get the player they want.
Can I say this?
A lot.
Right.
Look.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal, though. Vlad, gonna say
like I said before, you got to play the draft. When those 6 quarterbacks went in the top 12, everybody was scrambling.
Oh yeah, they were scrambling.
Right. So you probably ended up with a guy you didn't think you was going to get, and you know that the coaches and GMs from other teams are looking at your pick going, because when Atlanta made that pick,
dude,
Dude, hey, look, they did everything on ESPN but would say, what the hell are they
But-
doing?
Oh, no, they
Atlanta-
wanted a curse. They wanted a
Atlanta,
curse.
but Atlanta
wanted
was
to
my
curse.
line where I was like, because I was like, I'm on Twitter, but I actually was like not trying to look for spoilers. But then like Schefter comes in and he goes, doot, doot. He goes, looks like the Falcons are going to trade. They could be looking at quarterback. I'm like, all right, enough. I'm going to Twitter. If you're going to spoil stuff, I'm going to Twitter, Schefter.
Schefter was on the money on that, man. But he
I
thought it was JJ McCarthy. Nobody thought it was Michael Penix Jr.
But either way, like we're
Right?
sitting
Wouldn't it be best to draft a quarterback similar to the one you have so the transition is fluid?
or younger. Like, I mean, if you're gonna play Kirk Cousins for 2 years, the dude's gonna be 26 when he starts his career.
Yeah.
That Achilles might be iffy still. That's what.
I do believe. Listen, contrary to what Brendan Tobin thinks,
What?
there's injuries like just and let's be clear. Okay. Here's the thing I fight with him on. Just because you walking around and jogging don't mean you can play NFL football yet. And so you may see them moving around pretty good. It don't mean they ready for football.
But that was the point. But that was, yeah, I understand. But here's the thing: if that's the problem, don't give them $130 million. Like,
Well, then look, they're following suit with who they are.
but like, hold on. Can I just say though, what's going on with the Falcons? Right? Like, 'cause it's like they have this whole Bill Belichick thing. We all think Belichick's going to be the coach. Then out of nowhere, they're all like, "Oh, he was sabotaged," and now it's like they give Kirk Cousins $1 gazillion. They're getting investigated for tampering, and they're like, "And you know what? Shocker pick. We're taking a quarterback at 8."
So
You know what
my
Belichick is
question, my
thinking?
question is
Thank
this.
God I didn't go to that team.
My question is this. Because they have a lot of pieces on their team offensively. But I'm just curious. If you knew you were going to take this path, right? Why would you give somebody $100+ million?
Right. Well, that was the funny thing. There was this video that came out with the GM and Arthur Blank looking like they were having a bit of a quibble. And I'm like, yeah, what's going on there?
I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'll be Arthur Blank. You be the GM.
Well, yes, Mr. Blank. You know, very excited about what the prospect is here with MPJ. Problem?
Who?
Michael Penix Jr. Quarterback? Washington?
Wait. 2 months ago, you got me and my organization in trouble because you signed and gave $100+ million to a quarterback with a broken Achilles and he damn near 40. And now you're going to follow it up with wasting a top 10 pick on a quarterback?
Problem?
Mr. Blank, this is Coach Morris, because right now with my haircut, I look like Raheem Morris. Remember the last time you had a left-handed black quarterback in Atlanta? Remember all the money you made?
That did work out.
Remember all that money you made? The Mercedes Domes isn't selling with Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
Mike
and
Sugg
apparently,
with a
well, that's the
wearing left-handed.
If it's not
left-handed
selling-
quarterback.
Hold up. Oh, I'm Arthur Blank. Hold up. Because
you have to go.
Leroy about to lose this stuff. Arthur Blank. So, if that's the deal, why in the Sam hell am I out $100+ million? I could have moved up to number 1 and it would cost me less than $100 million.
Home Depot.
Man.
Hey,
Hey,
you know, Raheem, come holler at me.
sit in there.
Look, yeah,
It is red jacket.
yep. What's the GM name?
I don't know.
Okay, GM Raheem.
I think his name is Fontenot, something like that.
Hey, this is what I'm telling you. Put that away. This is what he's saying right now. He's saying,
Hey, man.
you know, if this don't work out, them streets gonna need a body.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, because wait, and guess what? This coaching staff and this GM damn near put themselves in a non-win situation. Because if Kirk Cousins can't play and then Penix go out and ball out, now you got $100 million quarterback sitting there.
Yeah, but you know what? Seattle, I mean, I know it wasn't that much money, but they did that with Matt Flynn and drafted
and Russ.
Russell, even
But
though
they
Russell was in
drafted
the
him in the
third
third
round.
round.
But
Yep.
he still overtook the
Wait,
guy that they
I
paid
got
a
one even
good
worse
amount of
for you.
money.
I got one even worse for you. RG3 got drafted, and then Kirk Cousins went in what, third
Well,
round?
Kirk got Kirk. That's all. He just
Well,
got Kirk.
That's what's funny about it is all the reports of Kirk Cousins is blindsided. Kirk Cousins is stunned. His agent is leaking. Like, hey, we were never consulted about this. We were never told
Why
about this.
You consulted. You got $100+ million. And you walking with a limp right now. Like, wait a minute. Listen, we ain't talking about 100% ready to go healthy Kirk Cousins. We talking about on the way back from Achilles tear, Kirk Cousins. Okay? Why would we consult with you? Somebody tell me. I don't understand. Are you ready to play football right now? No. So then don't keep your mouth out of grown folks' business.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though: if you're gonna have a backup plan for a dude coming off an Achilles, the guy with 2 ACL tears and is an old ass rookie.
Yeah, hey, now, I will say this. As egregious as some of us think this move was, what makes it even worse is you got an injured quarterback you gave $100+ million to, and then your backup plan is a quarterback who also has injury. But now, he's more injury prone than Tua.
Oh yeah,
right? So if you had done that, and that's what you were going to do, you almost have to go into your owner.
but it would have been like the Dolphins giving Ryan Fitzpatrick $100 million and then drafting to a fifth. Like, understandably, nobody would give Ryan Fitzpatrick $100 million.
No, we
He's a
get
bum.
your point. We
But
get
you
your
get my
point.
I just wanted to make sure. Let's be
opportunity
clear
to
about
throw
this.
a shot at.
Dude sucks. Anyway, take a break. We'll hear a little bit from Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel on their pick. Chop Robinson coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy take you up until 2 here on the program. Got some Luke Bryan tickets to give away. We'll do that later on in today's show. He's going to be at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm this September. It's a Live Nation show, so keep on listening. You guys can watch us, YouTube, Miami 560 WQAM. Schmeathan, he chimes in, Schmeathan Schmolnick on Twitch. He says, Debo available for trade, and Tobin hasn't made a whale noise. He's lost his fastball. Hey, dude. If Debo Samuel is available, my fancy is tickled. You know that. I wanted him before he even signed his extension when him and Mike McDaniel were having brunch when he first took the job. So I'm all for it. But Leroy will yell at me. Exactly.
I just can I just make one small suggestion?
Yeah.
Get to the point where you have a competent team. And I mean, when you know who's going to play on Sunday, where you can put a team out there that's going to be competitive. And then I have no problem with trading for those things. But to add a piece when you have so many other needs is a bit ridiculous.
I disagree. I don't think.
Of course you would.
Respectfully.
No, what do I know?
No, I'm not saying you don't know. I very much respect and appreciate your football
see,
knowledge.
Here, can I tell you the other side of this? Because I hear people all during the course of the year bitch and moan and complain about what their team don't have. And then when we get into situations like this, they go, I want Debo. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at the big picture behind, we should do this, we should do that, we should do this, right? Then when you get to game time and you got all these glaring holes in your team, then you want to complain about the organization.
Every team and coach likes to have their guys in the fold, and Debo and Mike McDaniel are thick as thieves. They love each other.
You know what holes are in our defense? On that D line.
Well, they just addressed that, did they not?
Somewhat.
How about this? They signed 7 defensive linemen this offseason.
But they're here. Let's be clear. They signed a lot of defensive linemen and hoping a couple of them stick.
Yeah.
Okay. But hoping and knowing are two different things.
Okay, but they obviously looked at this. They did address one of the needs that you were concerned about.
Okay. And they
fun.
did.
When do I get to have some fun, baby?
When your team hasn't won a playoff game in 20-something years,
and
you want to splurge.
We have the Lightning. Debo brings the Thunder. Moose.
You're
-1.
Yeah.
Why?
So here's the deal. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to move up today and get an offensive lineman. It's a terrible draft for DBs. So I don't know how you address that.
Well, speaking of trades, here was Chris Grier yesterday. Chris Grier was asked about how close were they to making any kind of trades. How many, what deals were there for the Miami Dolphins? How close were they to trading pick 21? Here was Chris Grier yesterday in the wee hours of the morning.
Chris, how close were you to making a trade?
We were active on the phones. I'll just say that. So I don't know how close we got, but we were active probably through the back end of the draft.
How close did the board fall that you guys had set up to what actually happened in round 1?
That was pretty close. We were sitting there. Yeah. So there were a couple players at the end we were excited for. And so we were active, even trying to get back in to get another one here in the late first.
There you go. So we're getting calls for 21.
So it's the other. It almost seemed like he wasn't getting no calls for 21, but he was trying to get into the first round again.
They were trying to hop back in.
But here's the deal. The way the draft played out, right? it almost seemed like there was no need for anybody to trade because you was going to get who you wanted if you didn't need a quarterback. You see what I mean?
Yeah, especially defense, if you were going to go defense, because the first half of the draft was all offense.
Right. And that's why I sent the text. Okay, here comes D lineman, because they're going to get somebody who graded out maybe top 15 at 21 because just the way the draft went, because there's two quarterbacks who weren't ranked in the top 15.
Let's say theoretically they were going to hop back in the draft.
Yeah.
Because they wanted Xavier Worthy. Let's say that was
they weren't jumping back in the draft.
We don't know. You don't know that. You can't say that.
Yes, I do.
You don't know.
Yes,
you can't
I
say
do.
that. You can't
Yes,
say that.
I do.
You can't say that.
Dude, it would be the dumbest move ever to give up assets to not. Okay. Never mind.
If you like the player, you like the player. Like, I don't,
Yeah, but it doesn't. At what point? Let me ask you a question. At what point are you going to build a team that can play on Sunday?
Okay. Well, I mean, so he's good enough for the Chiefs, but he's not good enough for the Dolphins?
The Dolphins have different needs.
Okay, I understand.
Right?
That they
Guess
have different
what?
needs. They addressed
Dan
one of their
Marino
needs.
fell all the way to the Dolphins. He wasn't good enough for all the teams that drafted before him.
You know why he fell.
It happened. So what?
You know why he fell.
So what? That's not the point.
It is the point.
Perfect, and it was perfect. He came down to Miami.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know why he fell.
But here's
I
the
know
deal.
why he fell.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You evaluate players. Some players think differently than the player than what you may think of a player. Okay?
So I just want to be clear here. You're not for the Dolphins adding any other talent in the skill position.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when you get to a point in the draft, okay, where they were, even if they would have moved back up, they would have been able to fill one of their glaring needs because of the drop of everybody. Now, keep in mind, and here's what you have to understand. If all these players are dropping, then that means you also are going to be able to get some first-round talent in the second round. There's no need to go crazy to not fill a need because you're going to get and have access to good players because of the way the draft played out.
Here was Mike McDaniel yesterday. This was him being asked about playing chop with Chubb and Jalen Phillips and all the plans they got with their defense with new defense coordinator Anthony Weaver. He's excited.
All scenarios are live. I think it's key to remember, man, that team, if they just had too many pass rushers, that was their problem. That's never been said. So I think that's the common denominator is you know that you're adding to your team. You feel great about that. And you let the players kind of, set the orchestration of all the multiple things you can do. But I know our coordinator is not afraid outside the box. So, he might be playing corner. Who knows?
Well,
You know what?
I don't know what kind of
Hey, right at the end, he had to go Mike McDaniel on the situation, right?
Well, he had an even more Mike McDaniel moment, but I don't blame him. Would you like to hear when somebody asked him, hey, where would you say, Chop Robinson is? I'm not going to spoil the question. I wanted you to hear this.
Okay.
But this was full Mike McDaniel yesterday.
The scale of raw to polished, where do you view Chop's skill set and toolbox?
Rawished? I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, he's
he's
raw.
He's rollished.
It's like, here, you don't piss me off.
-1.
You don't piss me off about reporters at times, right? And people in general.
Mm-hmm.
What is he, 21, 22 years old?
21.
21.
21.
He's not going to be the best version of who he is for a couple of years. He'll be able to contribute. He may be productive. But that's not going to be the best version of Chop Robinson until he gets in the league and develops and whatever. And that's with any player. So why all of a sudden are we going to ask a question that at 21 years old, he's supposed to be LT?
You know what
It's
I do?
That wasn't technically the question there,
What do
Leroy.
you say? Is it how raw is he versus polished?
Yeah, on a scale from raw to polished.
Who's polished when they get to the league?
If he's rawished, I think Mike McDaniel's saying, well, right in the middle.
He's in the middle.
He's in the middle.
That's just because you know what that. Listen, you know what that was. That was a nice way to answer a dumbass question. That's what it was. A 21-year-old ain't gonna ever. No 21-year-old comes to the league polished. Patrick Mahomes won 3 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
He didn't play until his 3rd year.
You know what I like about it, though?
Michael Parsons came in the league polished.
And he can't stop the run.
Well, he's still, I mean, like, he's devastating, though. I mean, he's a really good
No,
player.
but again.
It's scary.
See, here's the difference between you and me. Okay,
wait a minute. I got one for you.
You see all the sacks and all this stuff right there, and I saw they got dumb trucked because every team start running right at Michael.
They had
Moss
some
come in the league. Did Randy Moss come in the league? Raw.
Ooh.
Okay then.
Ooh. Wait. Wait. Let me wait.
Boston.
Let me explain.
Isn't he?
Let me explain the Randy Moss phenomenon. Okay. His first year in the league, all he ran was go routes. Okay. As he progressed through his career, he added different routes because he learned how to read defenses and did.
So he was raw, but he was polished, a little bit polished, coming to the league.
Like an uncut gem.
You've been.
No, that ain't box. You can't box.
You give me a pregnant pause. You give me a pregnant pause. You're boxed in. You should at least Tobin responds immediately before he gets boxed in. You took a side. You were like,
I cannot believe that I get
boxed in.
sucked into these conversations with you two. No, I refuse the box. I refuse the box.
Can't refuse the box.
I refuse the box.
That's another 2 minute more to your penalty. 4 minute major.
Hour 2 is next. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua. Can go to hell. Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy. Yeah, we're late. I didn't want to drag it out too long, you know. I wanted to try and get us back, Vlad. It was that's it. That's all. Just wanted to get right to it. And now
this is the day after the first round. Oh, yeah. You didn't give us the come on, man.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
Man,
we went in.
Did you guys see Chop Robinson sipping on the Capri Sun? It was adorable.
You can never go wrong with Capri Sun, man.
It's delicious, of course.
Let me tell you.
You can't be in that kind of suit and be sucking on a Capri Sun.
Why not? It's probably great. You won't. The likelihood of a spill is much less, so you're not going to ruin your suit. He's in a good spot.
Taking a lot of Capri Suns.
Oh yeah, that he looks like he could take out a sleeve. One after the other.
He should, right then and there, he should get an endorsement with Capri Sun right then and there.
He should. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. But that's a great. That was.
Well, he would have had to get one if he would have turned the label around.
No. Yeah, you're right.
No, that dude just loves Capri Sun.
A good combo, a pork chop sandwich with a Capri Sun. Oh my god,
man! Pork chop sandwiches are delicious.
I know, Leroy.
But he don't see. Intangibles don't know nothing about that pork chop sandwich.
No, they don't.
I'm not a big pork chop guy.
Bone and all.
There you go.
Bone and all?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can't get here. You can do boneless pork chop, but they don't fry as good. Right?
Yeah, but how do you have the sandwich?
It's too dry.
Like, do you chew with the bread and in between the bone, or do you like cut it off the bone and put it on the sandwich?
It's a bone, just like a steak, right? It only has that one bone, right?
Yep.
Put it on there, you fry it, put it on there, and then you just eat to the bone.
Eating with the bone is on a steak is better. The whole array.
You're not making a sandwich out of it. We talking about pork chop.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general, just frying up something with a bone, it's tasty.
Like I don't like. Me, I like you can go to restaurants sometimes and they'll give you a filet, bone on filet.
Love me some marrow.
No, only 80-year-olds. Mima sucks part of animals that I'm like, hey, we have more food. So I had to be eating the guts of the crawfish or the guts of the crab or the lobster.
Man, get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
You didn't think I was gonna hit you with some Marlins news on a day like this, but Jesus Luzardo scratched from his start today, elbow discomfort. So,
you know what that means?
The year continues to be just swell for the fish.
You know what that means? I think you know what they should go to Alabama by bus and just give them all Tommy John.
He
sent those jerseys today.
Get some wholesale.
Yeah.
They sent jerseys?
Yeah.
What do they got? Vlad's perusing on over. Let's see. What do they got there with you? Oh, those are nice. Is that the weekend giveaway? Is that the weekend giveaway, Vlad?
I think it's the weekend giveaway, yes.
If it's the weekend giveaway, they got extras. Send a couple of more.
It's been a snake bit year for them. Like it is. I honestly, yes, some of the moves you described it, but like you lose, five. What is this? 5 of their starters they've lost. This is incredible. it's been a cursed season. It really has been. Now the offense is the offensive players they have also inept. But
here's the deal though. Here's the deal. I would say it's early in the season, and I always think that they could turn it around. I'm not saying and win the World Series, but I'm saying turn it around because they got good players. No?
Yeah, Leroy, they're out of arms. And the only one that's good they sent to Jacksonville.
And they're playing for a lame duck manager.
Well, I know Skip's not going to give up. That's one thing. I know he's gonna try, but like it's got to be depressing. He's got to be like, are you kidding me? Like we've lost all these arms and we're losing another one. They're opening day.
And if I'm not mistaken, who were we talking to? I think we were talking to Tommy Hutton.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this team goes as their pitching goes, right?
Yeah,
and,
that's for sure their identity, and they're done.
Right.
Like they're dead. They feel dead in the water with their arms.
They're the only team that I've watched in recent years where no lead is safe.
It's tough.
You usually like to be on the other end of that. Like, remember when Patrick Mahomes get down 2 touchdowns and they go, don't worry about it. They'll be in the hunt. Or Tom Brady, right? I hate being on the other side of that.
Well, you want to know what the other thing is, like what they've become the kings of? Like, hey, how about just a catastrophic start in the midst of Heat playoff runs, Panther playoff runs, NFL draft time? Like, could people be more checked out already?
No, I know.
The
only way they can get me now is that old travel day nooner. Because when we done with the show, I watched the last 3 innings.
Well, that's not great news for them today. By the way, last night, the Sixers got 50 points from Joel Embiid and beat the Knicks. So that's a 2-1 series. The Lakers are on the brink of elimination. The Magic, they got a win in their series. But there's a couple things.
Holy hell out of Cleveland.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. Vlad,
go ahead.
How mad are you at Joel Embiid for his shenanigans yesterday?
I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him since the series, and I'm gonna let you know right now. Joel Embiid is a dirty player.
I agree.
And not only is he a dirty player, he's a 7-foot softy. I'm gonna say a 7-foot softy. I've never seen someone who does dirty tricks and then when something like a little flick or something happens, it's the theatrics and everything. This guy's never gonna win an NBA final, but he'll definitely win an EGOT. He'll get an Emmy. He'll get it. He'll get a Tony. Okay, he'll get an Oscar because the man can act. Listen, unbelievable game. 50 points. I give it to him. But pulling a guy 7-footer down while he's going up in the air, if that was the other way around, Mitchell Robinson would be ejected out of the game.
100%. They would have him on wanted posters.
But Joel Embiid's going to do that.
Well, the thing that annoyed me about Joel Embiid after the game too is he's like, I have to protect myself. I'm like, from what? You were on the ground. You were fine.
Well, that's all he is. He's always on the ground. I've never seen this guy's on the ground worse than
I'll give you. If there's one complaint I have, how can you be 7'2", 285 and get pushed around like a windsock?
Yeah,
I mean, he's on the ground more than Chet Holmgren.
It was a really, really bad look for him yesterday. It really was.
It was 450 though.
But look, his skills is ridiculous. Like I've never seen a guy with touch like that for a big man. Good win by them. I didn't expect Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne would be the they showed a video.
I'm showing you guys right now. Look at this guy.
Yo, come on, bro. Come on.
What are you, Hoist Gracie with a heel hook?
No, that's nasty work. That's nasty work, and he does that a lot. And I'm just sick of the theatric. Like, you're 7 foot. Stop trying to troll. Bro, stop trying to get the referees to give you a call.
But that's classic of what Caleb Martin was talking about, where like roles are reversed. No one's talking about code red on me. Payton can go push Jaime Jaquez in the air. You're right. If Mitchell Robinson does that to Joel Embiid, people are gonna want him like suspended for the series. Joel Embiid, maybe he'll get. I mean, maybe the outrage will be enough that they suspend him, but I doubt it.
They're not gonna suspend him.
Not gonna
They're not
suspend
gonna
them because they want this series to go further. I mean, bad enough the Denver Lakers series are going to end on Saturday. They need some of these major markets to still go on.
Hey, this Denver, man, you don't hear from them. They don't talk. You don't hear nobody talk. And they just get to like, holy smokes.
A lot of people saying LeBron's ready to hightail it out of there.
You might
Don't
as well.
worry. Tobin to give him a
win in
call.
Denver. You're not winning, and you're not. winning
And wait, he can't go to Golden State, right?
He could. He's a free agent.
I
You
mean, I
gotta
guess.
understand it's a combo deal. Whoever's taking LeBron is also have to take Bronny somehow, some way.
Here's
Yeah.
the deal, though.
Bronny's gonna love South Dakota.
You think LeBron can
Sioux
deal
Falls?
with Draymond Green's antics?
Yes,
They're really close. I think. I think
They're
they're.
like
I think they're
boys.
actually. I
That
think
don't matter. He can't be
man.
any closer than he is
Damn,
with
I'm
Steph.
sorry if I kick somebody in the and then we become best friends, and he's part of it. Like he's coming on my podcast and all of that. We good then?
LeBron's his
see what he-
agent.
Pretty much, yeah.
Who cares? You see how irritated LeBron gets by just guys who aren't that good?
See D'Angelo Russell. Just that dude is checked out. And I don't like this motivated Joker stuff. What's going on with that? I thought you only cared about horse. Now all of a sudden he's like,
No.
we're never going back to losing. I'm like, oh.
He cares about getting back to his horses.
He
And
said
the way
that?
to do that is win quick.
I just saw a video clip of him. He goes, I never want to go back to our losing times. I was here when we lost. I'm like, uh-oh. He's terrifying.
He is, dude. Like, and he moves so slow.
Like watching paint dry.
Right. But guess what? It just,
The most effective paint dry ever.
yeah.
So yeah, that was your NBA action last night.
But let's talk
And-
NHL, Tobin.
Yep, and your Panthers last night, big time win over
Bob
the
did it
Tampa Bay
again.
Lightning.
Bob did it again.
Yep,
Oh my goodness. It could have been 7-5 if not for Bob.
definitely.
And then the one where they did score, he could not see anything.
No, he got completely screened for sure. I mean, like, what are you gonna do in that case? But you got a nice game yesterday. Lawrence stepped up. Our boy Lawrence, friend of the show.
Yeah.
He had a nice game as he's filling in for.
They said he was the first outside the top 6 to score
for the Cats. Yeah,
or to get a point. No, in both teams when it happened.
was it him or was it their boy Mott? I thought that he was.
It was Mott. You're right.
But Lawrence also, like, he had a great game. Montour, big blast to give the Cats the lead, and then they pulled their goalie. They got to within 4-3. Then Tkachuk, boom, puts it away. He got his second goal of the game, and the Panthers, dude, were a win away from slaying this giant Russian giant.
Now, here's what I like. Here's what I love about hockey and hate about hockey. It's 3-0, and that don't mean nothing.
No,
Absolutely.
I want to stomp them out.
It don't mean nothing because keep in mind, the team that won the
goal.
President's Cup had the Panthers 3-1?
Yeah, the Bruins.
Yeah, was it 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And they
hockey
came back and won.
comebacks can be common, but the Panthers, they didn't get off to a great start in this game. They got a little rocky there in the second period. They still weathered the storm, took the lead, took it home. So if you can go into Tampa, finish this puppy off tomorrow at 5, which you can hear that game on 790 a.m. Heat tomorrow, by the way, 6 p.m. You'll be able to hear that on 560 WQAM. But the Panthers finish off a sweep of their rival, and that monster, that boogeyman, will feel quite nice. Quite nice. We'll get to more of it in Cat Talk later on in the show. Take a break. Back with more for this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins selecting Chop Robinson yesterday. They'll select 55 tonight. No 3rd or 4th round pick as of right now for the Miami Dolphins. So
would you rather have a 2nd round pick or 2 3rd round picks?
2nd round pick.
Don't they do that point things now with like the pick and like what it's worth? So maybe 2 3rd round picks might be the equivalent to 1 2nd round pick.
Well, they had better success with their 3rd round pick last year than they did their 2nd round pick because HN was way better than Cam Smith.
A lot of Cam Smith shots taken by you today, too.
It's not really shots. It's just the facts. He didn't play. Like, I don't know what do you want me to say. I don't even know if he's good or not.
My question is here.
Fangs?
My question is this.
It's my only hope.
Okay. At what point do we view players as might need a year or 2 to develop, but have like tangible talents, but just not ready yet? Versus how you view him? Because I don't listen. I'm gonna be fair. I don't know what the story is, right? I don't know why it is what it is. Why he didn't play as much, especially with the injuries.
I definitely think that Fangs probably had a part in it. I mean, Fangs definitely was not shy about saying the guys that he, would play or wouldn't play because he didn't think that he could trust them. So I'm hopeful that Weaver can get something out of him.
So maybe
I'm not ready to declare him a bust. I'm just saying what it is was they drafted him in the 2nd round last year. They got nothing from him.
But my other question is that do you draft guys in the 2nd round to be starters or like I don't see? I was a 2nd round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what they thought of me because I played right away. I didn't play as much until kind of like my 2nd year because there were other guys that were Pro Bowlers playing, ahead of me. So
it was
kind of a lot of special teams and I did a lot of different things. But
I think the interesting thing with him was this is kind of like going to with what they're going to do with Chop, right? Is Chop's coming into a situation where they're going to need him, right? Because we're talking about the injuries. They had that early on with the cornerbacks last year.
And I think that's why people are, more upset that he didn't. What was his contribution? Why couldn't he contribute? I get that. But the circumstance of your team doesn't change the circumstance of a player, right? So you could do one or 2 things. You could just throw him in there and hope it works out, or you could go with your gut and say he ain't ready and don't put him in harm's way.
Mostly, I just don't want to give the 2nd round pick because I don't want nothing to watch tonight.
That sounds like you. But you understand what I'm saying?
Did you imagine being a Bills fan yesterday, though, and you watched a team trade back twice because they go, all right, we're 32. And then at 32, they're like, Panthers have traded up. We're out. Sorry.
So my question is this.
Yeah.
Couldn't they have used Worthy?
Yes.
More than the Dolphins.
Who
probably more than Kansas City.
I agree.
Because they lost a stud.
They did.
So
they did.
Yeah, I don't know. But again, it might be a situation like this. We can move down. We have a couple of wide receivers in mind that we can probably get, right? But the Bills are in the same situation with the Dolphins for different reasons, right? They have gotten to the point where they couldn't afford all the guys. And so a lot of guys left, right? So they got to fill needs based on that. I think just losing guys.
Yeah, but I think also you look at all the good teams that did need more weapons than the Dolphins did. I mean, there was a big run on receiver and quarterback in this 1st round. I mean, quarterback, you don't really know when the rookie is going to flash. You don't know if the guy is going to be CJ Stroud. You don't know if they're going to need to wait like Jordan Love. You don't know what the situation or path will be.
Right.
Wide receivers can kind of come out of the gate and just blow the doors off.
Kinda. A guy like Worthy probably can, because you can just line him up outside and say, go deep.
And he's got Mahomes.
But it gets tricky when you start running the whole route tree because a lot of these routes adjust based on defense. And that's why younger guys sometimes have trouble getting into a game at wide receiver. But a guy with elite speed, you can just put in there and say, go deep. And he may do that for a year and a half. That's what kind of happened to Randy, right? Randy was a hitch and a go guy. That's it. And then he developed into, now we run stuff in the middle of the field. And as the season progressed, then they start running crossing routes with him. But they didn't run like the same stuff they were running with, Chris Carter, who could read the defense and adjust the route on the fly. So, there's a lot that goes into it, but the sheer speed of a wide receiver sometimes gets him in the game a little bit quicker than a lot of other positions.
You guys want to hear this doozy tweet from Schefter last night on Bo Nix?
Here's what I hate. I hate when 2 days before the draft, all these guys have questions.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 seconds after they got drafted, this is the guy we always wanted. Make up your damn mind.
Schefter, Sean Payton wanted and intended to draft Patrick Mahomes in the 2017 draft when he held the 11th overall pick. He was ready to turn in the card, but before he could, the Chiefs traded up to the Bills spot at number 10 and took Mahomes one spot before Payton got him, leaving the Saints to draft Ohio State cornerback Marshawn Lattimore.
Was it the pickup?
Payton feels as strongly about Bo Nix as he did Mahomes.
Yikes.
First of all, let me say this. Let me say this.
What the hell is that?
That's a damn lie. Because going into the draft, there was only one quarterback as far as elusiveness, as far as throwing the ball in different levels with his arm. There's only one quarterback that was talked about like that, and that was Caleb Williams.
Oh, you're talking about this year's draft?
This year's draft, yeah.
Yeah. So that is a lie. Ain't nobody else talked about Bo Nix in the same breath as Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe Sean Payton. That's why Sean Payton.
Even Sean Payton and even the Saints were talking about he's got a lot of Drew Brees in him because his arm is not.
That's always the move, though. If you're Sean Payton, be like, I see Drew Brees in him. I'm like, what?
Right.
But now it's not even like you see. That's the thing is, maybe he's played the Drew Brees card too much. So now he goes, I really wanted to draft Mahomes. Feel it strongly. I'm like, what? What?
Stop.
I love how Schefter paints the picture of he's ready to turn in the card, like he was there to turn in the card. Like there was Sean Payton running up to the
wait,
to give the card, and
let me get this straight.
And then hold on, I'm getting a call here. I'm getting a call. Yeah, it's the Chiefs, Sean. Stay right there. I'm sorry, the Chiefs took Mahomes. No.
So let me get this straight. He will be the first coach in the history of football to not know that a trade was possible. Right? Because guess what?
Didn't have the intel on that one?
Because guess what? Vlad, we all watched the draft.
Yeah.
Right? We all watched the draft. And anytime there's any type of talk about a trade,
Grier talked about that last night.
Well in advance, which means the team that traded is open for business.
Yeah.
So if Sean Payton wanted to move up, he could have more assets to move up. So no.
No, Leroy.
Nobody gonna let somebody move up without letting everybody know so they could be a competition.
And the other thing was, Chris Grier talked about this last night because somebody was like, it kind of was unexpected that 6 quarterbacks went in the first 12 picks. He goes, not for us, it wasn't. He goes, we knew. I don't know if he's lying or not lying, but it didn't sound like he was lying because why does he have to lie about that?
But to him,
and where he's drafting all those quarterbacks, we're going to get selected anyway.
Right. Here's the deal, and that's the point. That's the point I was going to make, Vlad. Right? To him, 1 through 12 is the same as 1 through 20. Right? You knew 6 quarterbacks were going to get drafted before your pick. And all you had to do was figure out, okay, who are the other guys? Because now, technically, because I don't need a quarterback, I have the third out of 12, I now have the 9th pick. You see what I'm saying? I thought, here's the deal. I was shocked at the number of offensive linemen that went that high. You see what I'm saying? As far as because you look at what, for example, you look at what the Chargers lost, right?
You talking about wide receivers?
Your boy, by the way, had the quote of the night last night.
And so he could have brought in a weapon for Justin Herbert. He brought in a lineman
who looks like a man-child, by the way.
Oh,
Joe Alt.
Goodness.
His daddy was a beast when he was playing.
Yeah,
he's better than his daddy.
His dad was 270.
He's better than his father.
Yeah. So that's why the thing that's exciting about the draft to me, because I was a victim of it, is not the same thing that's exciting to you guys. Because here, I look at who gets drafted where and how that forces guys who are ranked higher than them to move down. Because keep in mind, Bo Nix, Penix, and J.J. McCarthy were not ranked anywhere near where they got drafted. So that means that all those guys drafted or ranked higher than them now move up.
Yep.
And so, or all those guys that were ranked higher than them move down. And so now you got access and you may get a chance to get a player who is a top 10 talent because of all those quarterbacks being taken.
And especially on the Dolphins side of the ball that they took, you're talking like the 5th defensive player taken in the draft.
Right. Right. Exactly. Now, whether they pick the right guy, that's a whole different story.
We'll see.
Right. But the fact that when all those quarterbacks get taken and you don't need a quarterback, right? When 3 wide receivers got taken before their pick?
The Dolphins?
Before the Dolphins pick, there was 3 wide receivers.
Yeah,
that got
they
picked.
took everybody knew
Neighbors and Harrison.
Yeah,
right.
And everybody knew those were
everybody knew the tight end was probably going to go.
Well, I didn't know he was going to go to the Raiders. How many tight ends the Raiders need?
Right. Well, because here's what happened. The team that lost was the Raiders, because there ain't no way in hell they thought Michael Penix was going to go before them. Nobody thought that.
No, they probably thought like there's no shot a team that paid $100 million was going to take him.
Exactly. So you sitting there waiting and feeling good. Now you're like, okay, I'm at 13. Bowers is like a top 10 talent. Let's go get Bowers, right? You ain't got nobody to throw it to him, but he does a lot of different things. So now you're looking at a tight end, 3 wide receivers, 6 quarterbacks, right?
That's not a lot of numbers at me.
That's 10 players that you have no interest in that went before you. So now all that other stuff moves down to you.
Did you want to hear your boy yesterday? Because he had the quote.
Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Can I just tell you, he is serious Mike McDaniel. No. I'm telling you, he is a linebacker trapped in a quarterback's body.
Here he was yesterday on his pick, Joe Alt.
What about a weapon? What about offensive linemen? We look at as weapons. That group, when we talk about attacking and we talk about attacking on offense, offensive line is the tip of the spear.
He's nuts. Such a crazy person.
That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. Take a quick break. We'll tickle Leroy's fancy next. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Leroy's Huntsy. Distracted by Desmond Howard, who apparently says that when Chop Robinson was at the combine, the lady who administers the drug test said that he was her favorite player. Nice guy. It's a weird endorsement, but I
mean, yeah, from
good to see your boy Des has some sources.
At least you know he's clean.
Exactly. Well, we hope.
It don't mean nothing. She just take the blood.
Leroy, are you ready for Tickle My Fancy?
I am. We got some action this weekend.
7:10 tonight from Lone Depot Park.
Nope.
Okay, moving on. Can't blame him though.
I'm mad. They like. Can I watch 6 innings?
Fancy, not tickled.
They'll have the lead for 6 innings.
Wow. Now even that's getting dicey. Leroy, tonight, round 2 of the NFL draft. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah. I think the second round, because of the players that have dropped into the second round, there might be a lot more movement of teams jostling and trying to get those picks, because one, it's not going to cost you as much, and you might be getting a first round talent. So I would look for a lot of action within those first 10, 15 picks in the second round, thanks to the quarterbacks.
A lot of quarterbacks, man. That was a lot of. Did you also see that before they took Drake May and before J.J. McCarthy, apparently that the Vikings and the Pats both tried to get Herbert from the Chargers. Didn't work. I mean, they,
But I don't blame them though. The way what's his name is talking so highly of McCarthy. If you love him so much, why don't you draft him?
Interesting. Yeah. You throw you go out there. If you're Jim Harbaugh, be like, hey, I got my college guy, cheap deal.
Here's the difference though. That Jim Harbaugh's built like a quarterback. Justin Herbert is built like him. Right? JJ McCarthy is not.
That's cool. But you loving him saying that he's the best quarterback in the draft.
There's no way in hell that ownership will let him trade Justin Herbert.
Nah, no way. That's like their face. That's their face. That's all they got. The Chargers. I mean,
that's it now. But
he gonna get his ass kicked for a couple of more years.
Well, good luck to him. Anyway, Leroy, tomorrow, 5:00, Game 4, Panthers, Lightning. Tickle your fancy?
Do a little spring cleaning.
My fancy is tickled.
Push her off out of here.
I normally don't talk like this.
Talk.
But I'm going to say this. As much grief as them damn Tampa Bay Lightning have caused me, a noob to the hockey scene, right? It's only fitting that their exit comes with a donut.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right?
Need it, dude.
Then, it, by the way, because you don't need them to. It makes no sense for them to come to sunrise on Monday.
No.
Just end your season. End them. Like they're home. Like
and sit back and watch everybody else beat up on each other.
Stamkos is ready for Cancun. Stamkos is ready. Vasilevsky's ready for Cancun. Anyway, an hour later, Leroy, Game 3 of the first round between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. Tickle your fancy?
Yes. Tickle my fancy for a number of reasons. One, I'm not worried about Jaylen Brown and Tatum. They're going to get 50 to 60 points, right? But the way they shut down the others, including Kristaps Porziņģis, was pretty amazing.
Bro, I loved listening to Porziņģis yesterday at practice.
And do we have an update on
Rozier?
Yeah.
Probably we might get something this hour because they are probably wrapping up
Because I'm
practice.
like, he must have had a pretty substantial. He must have hit a nerve or something, so it's going down his arm.
Well, yeah, I think I saw that the media. I think media viewing for practice is somewhere in the 12 o'clock hour. So that means that they'll hear from the relations department about that. I would imagine.
I got you.
Fairly soon, probably by 15 minutes to heat this out. We'll get something. I don't know if that means we'll get an update because they could just do the SPO thing of he's progressing.
Oh,
but
I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, get ready for that. That's probably what's going to happen. But we will. I would imagine we'll get more info on that coming on up. Meanwhile,
whoa, Smeathan. Day to day with softness.
Damn,
dude. I'm gonna tell you what. Sometimes you get your neck. You get your neck, and you can't even lift your arms, dude.
It's tough.
What was Terry doing in that hotel room?
Also, Saturday night, 7:30, the Pinks.
Nah, I can't.
No, what do you mean? Why not?
First of all, I got to go on a seek and destroy mission just to find out where the hell they playing. And I'm gonna be back and forth with basketball and hockey.
Apple TV.
Yeah, this is MLS. This is real MLS.
See, there's another thing. I know what the hell they playing for. I'm gonna say no because I ain't gonna be able to give them the attention that they deserve.
Task at hand.
Because I'm gonna be
playoff focused that
listen,
night.
I'm gonna be on this hockey game for an hour. But once that Heat game start, I can't promise you I'll go back.
All right, that is Tickle My Fancy. Speaking of our Cats, we'll get back into them. They'll celebrate this win. The Cats go up 3-0 yesterday against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Little cat talk coming up next. Oh, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Happy Friday to everybody out there. That draft was crazy last night with the amount of people there. What did they have? They said they had 275,000 people there.
It was amazing, right? It was amazing that this has turned into an event. Think about this. There'll be more people there. There were more people there than to be at F1 this weekend.
Next week.
Is it this weekend?
Next weekend. Next weekend. Which, I mean, we're going to come back right in the heat of it.
I don't know. Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. It's going to be a crazy weekend next weekend. You got Canelo fighting, Kentucky Derby, and
F1.
Old F1.
Ooh, great gambling weekend.
Yep.
Kentucky, yeah, that's right. We'll be well, the fight will be going on.
Are you headed to Vegas? Is it a Vegas fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Vegas fight.
Leroy already knows where he's going.
Of course.
You probably got a booth already reserved already, don't you?
Let's get to cat talk here.
First thing we doing is herbs and rye.
Yes, sir. Yes. Let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party to play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers. And let me just do this. Bob, I was watching that game, and he did the splits, a leg kick, a twisty twist, and I'm like, I text everybody to say, Bob doing his thing again.
Yep.
I mean, it's amazing. And then the one that got through, when they showed the view from behind, he had no idea where that puck was.
Nope. No shot. It's but the Panthers they bounce back after getting down 2-1. They take the lead, and Tampa Bay able to make it 4-3. They still go with the rush. Panthers and Tkachuk get themselves a second goal, empty netter, put this puppy up 3-0 in the series, and they can finish it off tomorrow. Let us hear from the Panthers star, Tkachuk Cheese, after the win.
Matthew, you and your teammates take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Why do you think your team has had so much success against the Tampa Bay Lightning?
I mean, it's been a very even series, I think, and we've had pretty good starts in the games, and tonight was pretty even, and then we seemed to take over in the middle part of the first, and then got in a little bit of penalty trouble, which gave them some life, and that trickled into the second period. But I thought that when they made it 2-1, we had a few shifts where they were absolutely dominating us, and then got a huge goal from Rhino, and then a big goal after that, and seemed to get a little bit of momentum back in the second, and then the third was a solid period overall. So a lot we can learn from, but the starts have been important for us.
Did you guys feel like you were getting into a little bit of a track meet with
them
in that second?
Yeah, and that's not going to work well for us. I mean, we can play that, but that's what they're so unbelievable at. So we try to not play into their strengths is the best way to put it. But they have so much talent that they're going to take over for some shifts and some time during the game. They're that good. So there's been stretches throughout the series where they've taken it to us, but that's where you just got to stay tight and just grind it out until you get momentum back.
But not very much. Right? I mean, you guys have...
What are you saying, Leroy?
There was portions of that game where it seemed like going both ways, everything was a fast break. And I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
Did it hurt to see your boy Duclair? Does it hurt to see him in a Tampa Bay jersey?
Yeah, it does. It does. But he on the other team now.
It's tough. Yep.
And it ain't like, listen, it ain't not like I could root for another Duclair. What's his name? Peter Worrell ain't walking through that door.
Nick T says it's like Bob has unlocked a secret move in Tekken. The guy is a puck stopping monster.
Yes,
it's been amazing.
Yes, it's unbelievable. Yo, I don't know if all the intangibles got that.
No,
they ain't get it. The fact that I even knew. First of all, he's built like a basketball player.
Dude, when I was covering them back in the days, I'm like, nobody's gonna fight this guy. Why would you want to fight number 8?
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
It's a terrible idea.
And that's all he did because he could barely skate. Am I lying? Vlad, am I lying?
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Rest of our headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. Question.
Yes, sir.
I'm not looking ahead.
Yep.
I don't do that. Okay. But are they playing the winner of the Carolina series? Why do you do this?
I was clearing my throat. I apologize. And
no, but you started talking.
I know, but like you could stall for a second. You don't have to call me out on it.
No, I didn't know because I thought you were talking to me and answering my question.
Here we go. He goes and he's trying to come out here and give me the hockey questions. I mean, it's one of these things, you know?
No. I just asked that's not a hockey question.
What do you mean?
Like they played because
they play the winner of Bruins and Leafs.
Okay. All right. Which would be the Bruins.
We don't know that.
Yes, we do.
We don't know that.
Although
it's a 2-1 series. It's a 2-1 series.
Okay.
But I'll take out either one of those bastard franchises. Because listen,
okay.
Boston is going to say, hey, we want revenge for last year. And then you have the Lightning who are going to be like, their stupid fans are going to be chanting, we want Florida again. And you know how that ended for them. So Toronto, excuse me. And so like, go ahead. Pick your poison. Whoever you want to bounce. Let's get to it. I'm all for it.
I just think of all the times you talk trash like this,
yeah,
I feel more confident in the way that they're playing that they can back up your talk.
Thank you. Wait, what? Joel Embiid, he dropped 50 last night. He apparently did it with Bell's palsy, which what? Also,
no, you say he faking it, Vlad? I thought that I think
Vlad's just mad that he's trying to injure all of the New York Knicks. I don't think he's doubting.
Yeah, bro, he's trying to. I'm hurt. He's trying to hurt everybody like that. Man,
Here, let me think about
Embiid.
Do this.
He's just.
I didn't know what it was.
The last time I heard about Bell's palsy was Jim Ross. Jim Ross is the guy. Like I remember. Yeah. Good old JR.
Good old JR. By God, King.
Here, let's all let's clarify what this is. Bell's palsy is a condition that causes sudden weakness in the muscles on one side of the face. Often the weakness is short-term and improves over weeks. The weakness makes half of the face appear to droop. Smiles are one-sided, and the eye on the affected side is hard to close.
How do you get it?
That's what he was talking about. That his eye, he kept with his eye.
We saw those weird videos where like he couldn't blink. And then also, like, he wasn't looking at the cameras when he was talking to the media the other day. People thought that maybe he was just down. I was like, that's kind of weird because he was talking just fine.
Right.
But, yeah, Vlad, you're spot. The last guy I remember famously that had Bell's palsy was Jim Ross, that he dealt with this.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. Like, I don't think of it as something young people get.
He's 7'2", right? And that jumper was working great.
Yeah, he had 50.
He scored 50. And it's weird that it only works in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it doesn't say it happens to any other side of the any other part of the body.
Pretty strange.
But I would guess it has to be extremely uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But anyway, here. It don't have nothing to wait. Vlad, I'm gonna say this, and this is not making light of his condition, but it ain't got nothing to do with him on his ass half the game.
I'm saying.
You threw it up.
I'm saying, like the Bell's palsy's not putting him on the ground all the time. He's always. I've never seen a 7-footer just fall all the time.
Not just 7 foot, fall more than Wembanyama and Chet
Anthony Davis combined.
Yeah.
No, he is a notorious flopper, and it's really
Or like,
annoying.
how about
it's really annoying for the biggest guy in the league to do
the
that.
whole play before he pulled old boy to the ground was him trying to get a charge. First of all, he was right underneath the basket, and he went back like he got hit with a cannon.
Well, and then he said afterwards first of all, Nick Nurse lied because Nick Nurse was like, I didn't see it. Like, all right, dude, you didn't see it, sure. And then Embiid afterward is like, oh, I had to protect myself. From what? Like, are you Tom Thumb? You're worried about the Giant stepping on you? You're the biggest guy on the court. Protect yourself. And you protect yourself by throwing him into a Hoist Gracie lock? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Anyway, so that series is 2-1.
Yep.
The Heat are 1-1.
Yes.
Lakers are done.
Lakers are cooked.
Cleveland is 2-1.
Cleveland's 2-1.
Nobody cares about the NBA TV series.
Huh?
Nobody cares about the NBA TV series.
It was a pride.
By the way, guys, are you upset with the NBA has 5:30 game today?
Today?
Yes.
On NBA TV?
Bucks.
No,
Pacers.
on ESPN, on the 4-letter, on ESPN. Milwaukee, Indiana is a 5:30 tip-off. 5:40 tip-off.
Why would that upset me?
Isn't that just weird?
It is weird, but it doesn't upset me. I mean, we're done at
Well,
2.
because they have a triple header, right?
Yeah.
They have a triple header tonight, but they also got the NFL draft.
They don't care about the NFL draft.
But I'm just saying, Indiana.
Second round.
Like, could you imagine? Like, come on, man. Have some respect for them. At least put them on NBA TV. Why put
It'd
them
be
on
worse if
5:30?
Detroit was in it. But because nobody would go because nobody would go to the game.
5:30.
And they play at 5:30, the game would be over.
I'm good with it. Now, tomorrow, everybody's got to get their ass early to the game, just so you know. 6 o'clock tip-off.
Now,
that's a good time.
Can I explain my friends?
Sure.
So he's had season tickets forever, but he's a fan, and he goes to games accordingly, right? So he goes, I got my tickets up for sale for $400 a piece.
Where are the tickets?
Bottom bowl.
Okay.
But he says, my son's in town. It depends on what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's a playoff game. Why is there that much discussion? I don't understand this.
Well, if he does, maybe he doesn't want to go by himself. Like if the son doesn't want to go.
No. He can find people to go with. That's not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is his fandom. After seeing them go down 2-0, he put his tickets up for sale.
They're not down 2-0.
No, but I'm saying after they lost the first game, he put his tickets up for sale.
So he didn't change his mind after they won?
That's where he came in with the comments.
All right. I don't get that.
You go.
I agree.
Like
have some guts.
No, it's not even guts, dude. At some point, you're a fan, and it's not an event, right? And I hate when people say this is an event town, but if you're a fan and you invest that much money in it, why not go to a playoff game?
Hey, I'm with you. The one thing I'd say, like, it's not like the Heat it's not like, the Heat or the Canes. Like, they're not hurting to sell out that building. Like, it's gonna be jumping,
right.
But they will be late. And I want you not to be late because
I got caught last time I went to the game. Remember, I went to the game, and I got caught up in line when they were making the announcements. The starting, and I had to make a decision. I was 6th or 7th in line for a tasty treat and a nice cold drink, or I could go and watch the start of the game and come back at a, more appropriate time.
I feel like my move is always like first time out of the game, you can run up and go. That's when I go.
Okay.
That's okay. I don't get many snacks during the game, but like if I'm going on a pee break, sweet spot is second break of the third quarter. because everybody's back from halftime. Vamoose there, in and out.
Right.
You gotta plan. You gotta plan when to get.
You gotta plan. You gotta plan.
Like,
Even at a football game. At a football game, don't go at halftime.
No, you listen. The game 2, Panthers Lightning. When I got there, all the snacks were gone. Everybody just they got all the food and everything. So now you gotta wait. So I'm like, I know first intermission's about to happen. I know that everybody's gonna make a charge.
Mm-hmm.
Let me leave 3 minutes before the period ends.
Yeah, you got to make that decision. And the other thing is too, like at the Heat, they do have a bathroom downstairs that like the media or whoever's down there could use. But here's the thing: do I want to be peeing next to just some rando dude in the thing? Because what if I end up next to Mike Breen and he's at the urinal at halftime too? And
Are
it's
you
like,
gonna talk to him?
bang! And it's like,
Wait, Tobin said do something.
Time out. That's like a.
Hey, yo.
I'm just telling you, like, what happens? Like, all of a sudden,
I don't want to hear if I'm in next to Mike Breen in a urinal. I don't want to hear bang.
Hey!
I don't want to hear that.
Him to do if he nails it.
Hear that. I don't even want to hear bang bang. I don't want the double bang.
No,
not at a urinal.
If he's holding it in the entire time, he needs some real relief. He doesn't have time to leave during commercial breaks, and then halftime hits. Bang!
Now that's you saying bang, right? To him.
Oh,
hey, yo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, wait. But you know what's funny, Vlad? We gonna go to the Canelo fight, right? And Tobin goes through that building wherever we are. He dapping up everybody. He know the trainers, the coaches, all the people associated with the event. And he looks over at me like I would look over at him at any other function and go, all right now.
The last time though we were there, we sat in the stands for Crawford and Spence, and we had 2 Houston guys there. They were
talking trash.
Spence gonna win. I'm like, hey, dude, you guys in trouble. 2 punches into the fight. He's like, no. He's gonna shit.
Hey, it got to what? Like it got to like the 6th round. I'm like, Tobes, we might as well go ahead on and make an early exit. This is over.
Take a quick break. 15 minutes of Heat is next.
Sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
15 minutes of heat here for you. 560 WQAM. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, guys.
Getting ready for game 3 tomorrow night. Heat, Celtics. You get this one, boys. Business.
That's an adult juice box right there.
Oh, what are you taking shots at Chop Robinson because he likes a Capri Sun?
That's that red Kool-Aid.
Not the cosmic vibe, though. That's just regular Kool-Aid you got going on right now?
Yeah, regular Kool-Aid.
You got some electrolytes in that or just juice?
Kool-Aid.
Good for you, buddy. Refreshing.
Yes.
Kristaps Porziņģis yesterday, he bemoaned about some of the confusion that Miami was able to put forth on the Boston Celtics yesterday. Here was the man they call the unicorn.
I almost like to get away from basketball a little bit, like just rest. Like I always do my same routine, like nothing changed for me. Good game, bad game, I stay the same, and yeah, we just looked at the things what we can do better. I looked at my possessions, and I'll make sure I'm better offensively 100%.
What are your takeaway? What do you think you need to do to approach it better in game 3?
Again, I don't want to like give away too much. Obviously, like the game plan we're following pretty well. It's just some small moments throughout the game that we can definitely do better, but yeah, it's just getting a little bit stagnant, falling into their game a bit too much maybe. And then make us think also. You know, they do this on one possession, then do another thing on another possession, then they switch, then they don't. So it's like, you know, it's that can freeze you a little bit because you start to like think a little bit, then you rush a little bit into the next action. You know, it's this game they play. It's like the game, like in the game, you know, and they're good at that. So you have to give them credit, but yeah, we'll see going forward.
This guy has no idea what he's going to do. That man is confused right now. Let me just tell you, Spo has done a number on Kristaps Porziņģis.
It's not the first time during the postseason he goes into the crapper.
Right.
He did that with Dallas.
And here's the deal.
And
it's always smaller people or people that get up in his kitchen and aggressive with him.
Oh, I love it. You know the thing, though, Kristaps, like, they're going to use you. I just want you to know, dude, welcome to your next stop, which is the latest scapegoat on the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown fraud tour. You're going to join the likes of Daniel Tice and Marcus Smart and Rob Williams III and Malcolm Brogdon. They'll throw you on Terry. Yeah. Scary Terry, Kyrie Irving. You know, that. Trust me, they love throwing somebody under the bus. Not directly, but trust me, it's smiling faces with hidden agendas with those two. So I just want you to be ready for it, Kristaps, because if you go out there and you throw up another clunker, which, you know, with Spo, you never know what he's gonna what baggage. Because here's the thing, dude. These guys are all sitting there. They hit a bunch of threes. I don't think they're ready, Leroy. I don't think they're ready because the Heat, they weren't hitting crazy shots. They were generating good looks.
Crazy shots. They broke a record.
Well, I mean, they broke a record, but they were clean looks. Clean looks they generated, dude.
What's the over-under on threes?
I don't know, dude. I don't have those numbers in front of me right now. What do I look like, a sports book?
I'd say the over-under is 17.
The Heat are almost 10-point underdogs for tomorrow.
Yeah. And it don't matter.
They just don't learn, dude. They just don't learn, you know?
And guess what? I bet you a lot of people going to bet Boston.
A bunch of idiots. No, I'm just saying, like, it's cute. But
am I sensing the chili pepper?
I don't have to chili pepper. I'm already sitting here and I already know what's going to happen. These guys don't realize it. It's arrogance. It's delusion.
They didn't make the spread.
Who, the Celtics?
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe they got a Jonte Porter sitting around there. I don't know. Porzingis is point shaving.
And now our favorite segment. Leroy asks questions Tobin doesn't know. Every question.
That's not true. I know a lot of your answers. You do ask some randos, though. You got to admit.
I mean, that's what we do.
What do you mean?
Like, we have conversations. You don't know, you ask a question.
I can't wait till Spo throws the next thing at Porzingis. He goes, "What the hell is this?" Hey, Kristaps.
I think right now, to be honest with you,
yeah,
all you have to do to him is be physical. Right?
That's
because he's had much smaller guys on him.
Mm-hmm.
They just get in his kitchen.
It is something, though, isn't it? When you have very talented players and then they always look at the Heat and they don't ever think that they have talent, but it is just a matter of they'll always just put it to physicality. And as Spo likes to say all year, you got to do tough things. It is always crazy how that seems to just be like the Heat are the only ones
that
who can
many
do
threes without talent, dude.
No, I know, but it doesn't feel like that credit's ever given, right? Like it's always like the Heat are going out there with the Billy Club and they're mugging everybody because they're like, oh, they're so physical and blah, 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 blah. It's like, hey, wait, you guys can go back, you guys can do it too.
No, they don't have that type of team though, right? What did they tell Jaylen Brown?
You're not like that,
right? Like, and here's the funny part about it: even the intangibles are in the program.
I think what you're saying is,
you know what I'm saying? When you look at dunks and you look at Jaime, you look at Yovi, like even they look, we gonna play physical. We gonna get in your face and we'll take the foul. That's okay. And I think they're having a hard time dealing with that.
Not everybody
physicality.
Not everybody's built for the kennel, dude. Some people are built for the old lady's apartment.
What? -1. That made no damn sense whatsoever.
No, because you got the dogs. They're in the kennel.
No.
Cats live at crazy old lady's apartment.
No.
That was a big
terrible.
-1.
That was terrible.
Or show poniness.
That was terrible.
Take a break.
That was nasty work, bro.
Yeah.
Come here, Kristaps.
He's a minx.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get to the mixed bag, brought to us by Broward Health. Well into your future. What the hell is Leroy? Oh,
He literally just left too.
must have been something rough. I don't know. Right now, the Heat have wrapped up practice. They are speaking. They practiced on the main floor today. Did not practice in their They did not practice in the top gym that overlooks the bay. They practiced on the home floor today. I don't know if that was a look, to I don't know if that was like an eye view thing. I don't know if that was a I know they haven't been very good at home this year. Maybe Spo's just switching it up. I don't know if that was like to handle the media, although it doesn't look like there's a lot of road media there based on the videos I'm seeing from 5 Reasons. I do have a quote here, though, from Tyler Herro that says, quote, on tomorrow. It's not going to be easy in any way, shape, or form. This is from Tim Reynolds' Twitter account, by the way. It's not going to be easy in any way, shape, or form. They are the best team on paper for a reason. I see what he's doing. I love it, Tyler. You always got to write that on paper because you know what that makes you? A paper champion. Makes you a paper champion, J-Fig. Good question. Makes you a paper champion, and nobody respects a paper champ. So I like that Tyler. This is multiple times that he's done this before, where he has kept saying of the Celtics, they are the best or one of the best on paper. DB says I'm reaching. I'm not reaching. It's very noticeable.
Are you sure?
Words mean words. And I cannot just dismiss all of a sudden Tyler Herro just throwing in there on paper when it comes to the Boston Celtics. You can't just ignore it. You can't. I'm not reaching, dude. I'm telling you right now, there's something to that. It's not vicious. It's just from Tyler Herro. It's a little dig at the body.
Why don't you ask Leroy if you're reaching?
Oh, I mean, because you know what he's going to say. Why should I even have, here, I could spoil the show for you. Like, hey, Leroy, you think there's anything to these Tyler Herro comments when he calls the Boston Celtics the best team on paper for a reason?
Yeah. You say that because then it's usually followed up with, that's why you play the games.
He didn't say that.
But that's what's implied.
So you do agree that there's something there?
No, you could put whatever you want on it. You could say, people are saying,
what an upset.
Wow, this
it's not. No, but wait a minute. Wait.
Wow, I didn't think this was going to happen, dude.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
What a way to start a Friday.
Let's not act like we haven't heard that before.
Yeah, I know, but
that's a good team on paper.
But
you say that
it's a little digging.
You say that. No, you say that. To imply that that's why you don't win championships on paper.
You and me are on the same page here, dude. So
you
agree. Tyler Herro.
No, we're not.
Tyler Herro throwing subtle shade at the Boston Celtics.
No, he's not.
You heard it here first.
That's. You think Tyler Herro is the first person to say that?
I'm not saying he's the first person to say that. I'm just going based on what he said.
And why does everybody else say that?
Because I don't know. Why do you think everybody else says that?
Because they insinuating that's why you play the damn game. Because that paper champ don't matter.
That's J-Fig. What did I say? What did I say to start the segment before Leroy got here? What did I say about the paper champ?
Exactly
that.
No,
you agree with each
other. God, you weren't here. I don't know where you were. That's exactly what I said.
Can I just say this?
Nobody respects the paper champ.
I don't know what you said, but we don't agree.
No, dude.
No, you guys agree.
Kind of agree, Leroy. You kind of.
We've never been more in sync. All right, you and I could sit here. We could say bye bye. We could sing bye 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 right now, and we couldn't be more in sync, dude.
All right, Joey Fatone.
you are more Joey Fatone.
The chunky one in the back.
I'm telling you, dude, there's something here.
There's a point there somewhere.
Just going in there, taking pot shots and stuff. Listen.
Smith will call you Doey for tone.
Point for Twitcher.
Justin
Hey, South
Timberlake.
call you Justin.
Here we go. Joey
Calzone.
Calzone.
Point for Twitcher.
I love a calzone. Delicious.
Not my favorite.
Oh.
It's not a
Too much,
pot.
too much bread. Too much bread.
Point for
Hey,
Oh, they going in right
they're
now.
going all in. They're on this Friday. Ain't nobody got nothing to do.
I saw that. I saw that date, so Lance ass.
point for
I gotta say, that's a little lazy even for you, Dade South.
A little lazy, yes. But funny.
Was it volume shooter? He's feeling it. He was like Jaylen Brown at the end of that second half.
No, that was a heat check. That was a heat check. That was a heat check.
All right, so Dade South did want us to break this down. So did you see yesterday the mom on the
I
draft boxing
Which
out
one?
the girlfriend?
I watched the
Which
video.
one? My draft pick?
Yes,
Draft
for your,
pick? Yes.
you know,
yes.
What is that fellow's name?
I don't know his name very well. I just know he's a big offensive tackle.
So here's what happened. Here's what happened. So he got drafted. He said, and everybody's celebrating while he's sitting down, right? Mom's giving him a big hug. Mom's giving it. Girl try to reach over and give him a little love or whatever. Mom's ain't having it.
Well,
no.
Notice Leroy and Tobin and J Fig. Mom wasn't having it from the jump.
She's sitting in between them.
Yes, she's watched previous drafts and saw where
I'm watching it right now. It's very
Right.
awkward.
right, she's watched previous drafts. She's made sure that she's the one next to the girlfriend. That he is between his parents.
Look,
right
look, she's trying to get some love in there. She's
trying
throwing
to get
bows.
some love,
She's throwing
you know.
bows. She about to get a flagrant one. She about to
Becky's
get a
trying to get
flagrant
some
one. Look at that
love.
elbow.
Poor Becky's worked 2 years for this moment, and she's about to get Russell Wilson.
Well, does she have a ring? Is she the fiance? Because remember, the Russell.
Wait a minute. We talk about moms. It don't matter.
Because everybody.
You know what? I agree with the seating. You want to know why? Because she is the cropper. Okay.
Oh, you can crop her out in case something
You
goes
can
down.
crop her out.
No, this was planned. Come on, man.
It's strategic. Vlad's right. The famous one is the Russell Wilson one. That's the one that everybody remembers.
That was
CD Lamb with the girlfriend in the phone.
That was great.
Okay,
But he was alone with the girl in that one.
And
and
there was another one 2 years ago where the mom just moved the white girlfriend just out, like just pushed her out of the camera, and then
she
so
gave her
Hey,
she gave her the Embiid leg snap.
but hey, no.
38 seconds into it, she finally goes ahead and grabs her.
It was awkward, like
so awkward.
But what made it awkward was his old girl was trying to just get in there and get a little, you know what I mean? And mama had the old Embiid flail. She was flailing. She almost got a flagrant one. I'm gonna say that. That looked like a flagrant one at any point in time because she was throwing that elbow around, like when you get the rebound and you do this.
But he completely forgot about her here too. So I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, listen. In a shelf full of peppers, she's the only salt that was there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Let me say this.
There were some intangibles in the back.
Let me say this.
Like one?
Let me say this.
I'm gonna
okay?
get.
The person who controls that, okay, is the son. Not. You see what I'm saying?
You all right, dude?
No, my
no.
My cord's not plugged in. My computer about to die.
Oh, okay. Wow. He's off. Let's give away Luke Bryan tickets right now. If you guys want to go to Luke Bryan, he's going to be at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Sunday in September. Excuse me. It's a Live Nation show. Caller 4 right now to 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller 4 wins a pair of tickets to Luke Bryan. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. If you missed any of today's show, you guys can get it on the Odyssey app, all of our podcast platforms, or go back and watch it on YouTube and Twitch. This was some good news. Get to our headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
It seems like I didn't feel like you really felt that one, J Fig. I felt like you were
I'm just so distracted by Leroy, but
Bro.
we know trucks. There you go.
You all right, man? Are you situated over there? What's going on?
Should I? Okay.
The connection from the stupid adapter, where the US, not the USB, but the little thing, because the computer changed. It broke. So I was plugged in, but it wasn't charging, and all of a sudden it said energy saver on.
Ooh, yeah.
So like, I don't know what to do, because it's my only, because all the other Apple computers are the old ones.
So the Heat, they'll be back in action tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I still don't have an injury update, Leroy. They heard that Rozier, let's see. No update there. So we'll wait. We guess we're gonna have to probably officially wait for the injury report. I don't think anybody saw him on the practice floor or anything like that. So no news there with your Miami Heat. The Dolphins will be back at it tonight as they have the number 55 pick in the second round. Yesterday, of course, they take Chop Robinson. But I want to get to some of this, Leroy. See what you have to feel about Mike McDaniel and his thoughts on the offensive line, because I think that's probably the biggest concern. Everybody was talking last night. You know, they want a wall in front of Tua. They want him, they want him protected. And Mikey McDaniel yesterday, he, it was kind of lighthearted. He goes like, we appreciate everybody's concern with the offensive line.
So you're kind of saying that offensive line is a position that we continue to be over obsessed about, that you're not really that stressed about.
We love your passion.
He's a rascal.
It's funny
too.
I don't even know if I'm ordering the right one.
You're in the midst of ordering it right now, dude. It's not gonna. What do you do? It's not gonna get there like in the next 45 minutes for the show.
I know, but I don't even know, how does this happen? Crappy ass Apple. I leave it, but no, I leave my cord in the same spot. Right? I don't touch it, I don't move it, and then I just plug it in. And for some reason, the part that goes into the little this part broke.
Which part?
The part that goes into the
the hooking part.
Yeah, the little bitty not the USB-C or whatever they call it. The little part. That part is faulty.
That's a bummer.
This part right here. This is broken. So it's not even the part that goes into the computer, it's the part that goes into the charger.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. We may hit a Radio Shack after the show.
Why can't crap work?
Does that even exist still?
Radio Shack? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
I think they're gone
It doesn't
now.
exist. They're gone.
What a shame.
Dane's house says they should put a brick wall behind Mike McDaniel like he is at the Improv. He's got the jokey jokes. He's
That's right. That's right, Gaff man. Stop laughing at Leroy J. Fig.
I was laughing at the comments. I'm sorry.
Mike McDaniel, he did say, listen, for everybody concerned about the offensive line, last year's line will get better.
You can understand how people, especially well-informed reporters and fans, and you look at a picture of a player last year, well, part of the thing that our mantra is you're signing up as a Dolphin, we're going to invest and develop you. So what you see last year, our bottom lines, we're expecting as coaches and players that's different guy the next time you see him. So there's a lot of positions, there's a lot of players, and I think when guys are continuing to develop, there's sometimes it can come off like we're investing this. It's just in a way of in-house commitment and making sure that we get the right guys that want to develop, and then we get the right developers.
What?
Exactly, dude.
So
-1.
they're developing the developers, but the developing that you see from last year and developing with the development of the developers
what he's
this
trying
year.
to say is, like people wrote off Austin Jackson, and then people were praising because he got an extension in the middle of this year or last year. So maybe that they could do the same thing with Eichenberg. Now, I'm going to tell them right now, that's a terrible mistake. But you guys do you. I will sit here and if you guys want to throw him out there as the utility man, and you're going to continue to play, position roulette with him and hope that one of them sticks, because I think he's on his final one coming up, right guard. We'll see. I mean, look, as long as he doesn't have to snap the ball, that's a start. But we're going to continue to do this thing with Eichenberg. That's concerning. Because, we're talking about you're going to get better. I mean, you're going to get better from what? I mean, bum to he now lives in a tent.
My whole thing is this, right? Every player develops at a different rate. It's not his fault he got drafted where he did.
What's his sloth?
No, but I'm just saying, it doesn't happen. We bring these players in and everybody expects them to be full-time Pro Bowl contributors, right? And it doesn't always work that way. What Mike is saying is we are making an investment in these guys, right? And obviously they see something, right? They see some potential there. And it's not maybe as fast as fans want or as fast as people want. And we base it off of either how much the guy is making or where he got drafted. But that still doesn't take away from it. So I get, why you feel the way you do about Eichenberg, but they have a different vision of who he is and what he's going to be capable of doing.
Well, they should have distracted me by getting me the 4-2 guy. Then I would have been off his case.
Yeah.
But here was Chris Grier. He is excited about the Chop Robinson pick. He says very versatile player. They love versatility.
I think it's some of the versatility we liked. You see it when you watch him. He rushes kind of all over inside. He's over the center. He's 2-point, 3-point. And so that versatility is what, drew us to him initially.
Goosies.
Yes!
What?
I fixed it.
You're a child. I got to be honest with you. This has not been your best work this segment.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. It was saying 1%. Oh, you little, my IT guy had to fill out a damn ticket. No, this ain't going to work.
Well,
I got it fixed. See?
Attaboy.
He bring me the same thing on both sides. He was going to try to.
It's a one word. You know what?
I was going to use a word that you guys probably wouldn't have. Vlad would have got it.
You know what, dude?
No, I was going to say he was going to rig it in black people terms.
It's probably for the best that you don't watch two screens at once.
Well, know your strengths, know your weaknesses.
Too much.
I know that if I got two screens right here and something's happening over here, I'm gonna miss something over here. Then I'm gonna have a question to this: what volume do I put up? Who do I listen to? Right. So I just avoid that. I click back and forth. Then everybody can get all of my attention at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Marlins won't get his attention tonight. And you won't get attention from Jesus Luzardo anytime soon. because
he's on. You know what I call this stage? Stage 1 to Tommy John.
Yep. He's on his way.
Sore elbow.
Sore elbow, never great.
Going down for rehab.
So he's scratched from his start tonight. Tough going for the opening day starter for the Marlins. They've dealt a lot with that this year. It has been a rotten season so far. So they take on the Nationals, 3-game set.
Who's also very terrible.
I don't know who's starting tonight. I think his name is Maldonado, I think is his name. They could be making that up.
Just put a Spanish name out there. They won't know the difference.
I don't know who he is. I don't know. Who do we have
right?
today? Like, what do you do in that situation? Do you just take some guy from A-ball, be like, hey, who from Jupiter can get down here in 30 minutes?
Clearly, the Jumbo Shrimp got a star-studded pitching staff. You keep sending everybody down there.
You gotta love the Jumbo Shrimp, dude. That's what they're there for. We're here to keep the people of Jacksonville entertained. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. So yeah, Panthers, they take a 3-0 series lead on the Lightning, beat them 5-3 in game 3. They will try and finish off the sweep tomorrow at Tampa Bay. Game 4, you can hear that on AM 790. Heat, game 3 against the Celtics will be 6 o'clock at the Kaseya Center. So that is a 4:45 pre-heat with Solana. And you guys can check that on out. That's what we got going on.
I'm interested to see how this game is going to play out for this reason. The first game, the Celtics broke a 3-point record. The second game, the Heat broke a 3-point record. Those are both anomalies. So I'm interested to see where this game is going to play, how this game is going to play out.
They both are going to break 3-point records. It's going to be a record number of 3-pointers tomorrow in Miami.
Really? Because I'd be more inclined to, because look, statistically, the Celtics shoot more than anybody, shoot more threes than anybody. That was kind of an anomaly for the Heat, right? That they got that many open threes. And part of the reason is because you haven't really been making them, so they gave them to you, right? So now I just want to see, what is the adjustment? Are you going to run them off the 3-point line? Or are you going to just say they ain't going to do that again?
Well, here's the thing, though. There wasn't really anybody to run off the 3-point line with all the open looks the Heat had. I think one of the problems is, like, they're going to say, hey, we're going to live with Haywood Highsmith, or we're going to live with DeLon Wright shooting. But, like, all right, well, Caleb Martin's not going to stop shooting. By the way, Caleb Martin has lit your ass up on fire now for 2 straight years. So how much of an anomaly is it?
No, I'm not saying, like, here. I'm not saying the play of the player is an anomaly. Caleb Martin has probably played better, more consistently against the Celtics than any other Heat player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that when you have a team that shoots that many uncontested threes and make them, you got to make some kind of adjustment for that.
I think the interesting thing will be, how do they attack Tyler? Because Tyler played such a controlled game.
Right.
And
they get the ball out. But here's the thing. We talked about this before last game. And this ended up helping Tyler out, but it also gave him the freedom to do whatever, is that you have a number of guys who have brought the ball up the court. Right? And Tyler didn't always do it. And so he was off the ball. Then they run some kind of offensive action and then give him the ball, and you're back to where it starts. So how are they gonna just deny Tyler Herro? Well, they have other guys who can run the point. You got Jovic. Jovic has done it. Jaime has done it. Bam has done it. Okay, not just Tyler. And so while you're fixing in on Tyler, they can run actions the other way, and they still have other guys who can shoot the ball. So then what do you do? See, you can't listen, I say this all the time, but it almost helps the Heat at times. When you don't know where you're getting the money from, right? It's hard to check pockets. You know what I mean? So they could go into this game thinking, if we stop Tyler, then we can win this game. Whereas they can just put Tyler in a different position on the court, run the offense with somebody else, Tyler's still going to get his touches. And then what? You see what I mean?
You calling our expulsion a pit pocket?
No.
Is it a pit pocket or a pickpocket?
No. I'm saying that they're not going to be able to pick the pocket of the Heat because they're going to pick the wrong pocket.
It's pickpocket.
So you pick the pocket.
Yeah. What did you think it was?
Pit pocket?
You thought it was pit? Like a pit?
What?
Yeah.
No.
You're an idiot. What? Pick. Is it pit 6, you dummy? Is it pit 6?
What does this have to do with football?
Pick pocket, pick 6.
You're taking away. That's what a pick is.
Play it.
Well, is it because you pick the right? Like, do you have to pick the right pocket that the wallet is in? Why does it call? Why is it called that?
Once you enter the pocket and
You're overthinking this right now.
whatever it's in there, it doesn't matter if it's a napkin, lint.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this
Take
up
it from
during the
a
break.
master pickpocket.
Wait, you need Google advice on pickpocket?
I don't think you guys are saying it right.
Because
We
of
are!
your internet history.
Dude.
JFig's never stolen.
You know what?
anything.
Your internet history gonna call you a dumbass because of all the stuff you just searched. So go ahead and search that. Is it pickpocket or pickpocket? See what Google
No,
says.
write this down, Tobin. How is it pickpocket? What were you gonna do?
Yeah,
What were you
give us
doing
an
in the pit?
explanation.
Because it gets to the pit of the pocket, you know?
Nobody has a pit in their pocket, dude.
Sure they do, dude. Like if especially like you see here the way I look at it is once you're left without your wallet, what are you left with? Endless pit.
Dade South gave us the breakdown.
Too long
Leroy.
comment, Dade South.
Leroy, yeah, the term pickpocket originated in England during the late 14th century, and it persists to this day. It came on the heels of an earlier word, cut purse. In modern English, we would tend to say pocket picker.
Oh well, if
And
you would have said
first
cut purse, I've heard of that before.
But
That's a lie. You know well. You have never heard that word before, okay? Stop lying.
Hey, what we got over here, love? Oh, we got ourselves a purse cutter right here.
Exactly. You haven't even heard it because it's cut purse.
Throw him in the old slammer there, love. We got ourselves a purse cutter.
You know what, Tobin? Your
That's
son
not an
called.
English accent either.
Your son called.
Hmm?
Your son's called you a snitch.
He is calling me. Are you calling me a snitch?
Yes.
That's right.
Dude, are you serious right now?
What?
There's no way in hell you could be serious.
Well, I'm not trying to be unserious. Like, you know every word, like you've asked before.
Yeah, but I've never said pit pocket.
Catbird teeth.
You think about it though, like if
we learned English in two different.
No, but think about this, right? Okay, so imagine this: the pocket, right? All right. If I take the item out, like let's say, all right, here's my wallet, and I take it out, what am I left with? Empty pit.
So wait, no, perfect example.
Empty pocket.
Hey, what do you do when you do it with a lock?
Yo, I know pick a lock. Yeah, I know that.
So you can't pick a pocket?
You can. I understand. Like I'm not saying you guys don't make sense,
Please stop talking.
but you can understand the confusion if you're left
No, nobody can understand the confusion.
because you ever hear of a money pit? Lose a lot of money, right? Same thing as a pit pocket. Back after this.
Please.
Wow.
15 Minutes of Heat is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
15 minutes of heat here for you. 560 WQAM. Miami Heat, game 3 tomorrow against the Boston Celtics at the Kaseya Center. 6 o'clock is your tip-off. I repeat, Heat fans, 6 o'clock is your tip-off. That means get down to the Kaseya Center early. It's a weekend. Get down there early. You'll have some idiots at Bayside already looking at the parrot guy with one leg. They've revived that place. So do get there accordingly.
You're a spokesperson for the place now, right?
I'll probably peruse a little bit tomorrow when I get down there. I might.
You think parrots get afraid when Jay Fig's around?
Of course.
Really? Is this where we're going? This is not a conversation about me.
You're not allowed to go to Jungle Island anymore. Like, you go there and they're like, they got her face plastered all over the wall. They're like, do not let her in. The birds get nervous.
There goes my weekend plans.
Yep.
Jay-Fig's a murderer.
Thanks, Vlad. Thank you.
6 o'clock tip off. Everybody be there tomorrow and be ready to drown out these dumbass Celtics and any Sully and Murphs that are there tomorrow. I hope you have a bad experience.
Oh, you know what that means, right?
Hmm.
No chance of getting tickets with all the Bostonians we got.
I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine, yeah, we have definitely a bunch of Northeasterners who have moved down here, and every time there's a Celtics game, it does feel like there are more and more of them trying to infiltrate the building. But I would like to send them home sad, you know?
Yeah.
And, woo, you Leroy.
Yes.
You may quit the show if we're up 2-1 on Monday. You may quit the show.
No, I'm not. Listen.
Because you want to talk about birds, I am going to peacocking.
I am not going to ever, right, get on you about celebrating a victory. It's the extra stuff.
I don't know. What do I do that's
You
extra?
know what the hell I'm talking about. Stop acting like you don't go
okay.
extra.
I don't think I do.
Yes.
I feel like I'm right en route where I am. And you want to know something? I feel like I'm bringing peace to a lot of people. You know, I really do. You know, there's been a lot of division amongst Heat Nation lately. A lot of people who have felt bad feelings. And I don't really,
You
I don't
mean
like
rats
it.
off a ship?
People who are red rats off. People have been rats off a ship. People who have we should have, blown it up. I'm done with this era, all this stuff. And I just think that they've missed their eye on the prize here, Leroy.
Can I say this?
As soon as I finish this, they've missed their eye on the prize, Leroy. And the number one thing here is we got to make Boston sad. I hate that city and I hate that franchise. We can't quibble about takes and who is right and who is wrong and who should be the whale they go after and who we should draft, and all this stuff is so silly. Was the play-in worth it? You know, all of it is nonsense now. We are where we are, and where we are is dead even with Boston, with a chance to pull another heist upset and just send the NBA into a tailspin, Leroy. And so if we can't unite over that, as Heat Nation, what can we unite over?
Can I just
That was passionate.
Can I just say something? The reason why everybody is that way is because of you. You can't then turn around.
That is not true. What do you mean, dude?
Karen, the Celtics are going to get pickpocketed tomorrow. Hey, can I just say this? It looks even dumber in writing. Right? If you say it, you might be able to get by with it.
You want to know something?
Write it. What?
You're right. When you do write it, it looks ridiculous.
It looks even dumber. So I don't get mad. I don't get mad at you for doing your thing. Right? But I get mad that you never acknowledge talent on the other side.
That's not true.
You always no, dude.
That's not true.
You do not.
There are franchises that look when the Miami Heat win this series, and then we dice through the rest of the East. I'm very scared of that giant Serbian. Very scared of him. And they have my respect, Denver, because they deserve it.
Wait, you are talking about Denver?
Yeah. Once we get through here, the Knicks, they're a cute story, but you guys
just surpass everybody in the Eastern Conference.
Vlad.
Wait, Leroy, no, hold on. He just surpassed everybody. Like you're going from Boston to Denver.
Let me ask you a question, Vlad. If the Heat beat Boston,
I understand, Leroy.
If the Heat beat Boston, who should they be scared of? You guys just lost to a guy with half a face.
You lost the first game to Joe Mazzulla.
No, we lost to
You lost
a crazy amount of threes.
You lost
intangibles.
You lost to
At least
Sam
they
Hauser.
lost to a 7-footer.
We lost to
I lost
intangibles.
to one of the top 5 best players in the world. You lost to Sam Hauser.
Oh, top 5 players in the world according to whom? Himself?
Wait, you don't
Embiid
think
is not
Joel
a top
Embiid
5
is
player?
What has he ever done? What has he ever done? Top 5 players in the world.
Wait. Wait.
He's not the former MVP.
You can only be a top 5 player if you win a championship.
Oh, okay, dude.
Leroy.
Russell Westbrook won the MVP. Nobody ever called him a top 5 player in the world. Never.
When he was a Mr. Triple-Double, yeah.
Oh, please. He won a narrative story, dude. Same thing with James Harden. Regular season flop merchant. Top 5 player in the world. Get the hell out of here.
It's a regular season award.
Exactly, which is why it's not part of the argument here. Thank you. I'm glad you brought some sanity to this argument.
Huh?
He's a top 5
Can
player
you
in
teach
the
me
world.
your ways?
Sure. What do you want to
Because
know?
we were having a conversation about something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just went, glad you agree with me. So we agree about that. Okay, let's move on. I'm like,
no, what I was saying is that Vlad takes offense that I'm overlooking the rest of the East.
I say that to you all the time.
Well, I mean, it's a little. You say I don't acknowledge talent, and I said I do acknowledge talent. I acknowledge that giant Serbian on the other side of the world. He's terrifying. He's terrifying.
And that's the only person that you have to fear.
He's the one I fear the most.
But you got 2 more series to get to him.
I mean, come on, dude. Once they get
This is the argument we have.
Once we throw this puppy out, who are you scared of, Leroy? Who are you scared of? Come on.
Can I just say?
Just answer the question.
You write a lot of tickets for other people to cash.
Somehow
you don't never have to cash your own tickets.
Hey, you want to know something, dude? I may be running a take Ponzi scheme, but you want to know something? I've never missed a payment. Never missed a payment. And you can't argue with it because you sit here, you yell at my Wild Heat Coyote ways, and yet somehow there's always a new episode.
No, but here's the deal.
That's how it works in the cartoon world.
Unlike you, I believe that as long as you play the game, any team has a chance to win.
You didn't believe in the Heat.
No, listen. Whether I pick a team that I think is better or not doesn't mean I don't think the Heat can win.
Mm-hmm.
Like you miss see, and here's what happens on this show, right? If I say, "Oh, I think this team is better," you don't have the guts.
That's right. I would just think,
That's not, so let me get this straight. So in order for me to have the guts, I pick the Heat blindly every time.
Yes.
I don't do that.
Okay, that's fine. Then you do you. But you would have to agree. You have to agree with this. If the Heat win this series, which I understand, there's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the first thing you have acknowledged since we've had this conversation.
I picked them in 6. I know it's going to be a long series.
You didn't. That's the first time I'm hearing this.
Wait a minute.
That's the first time I'm hearing you picking them in 6.
On the record. I was on the record.
The first time you said
I have been on the record. If you didn't watch my official pick, that's on you. It's got thousands of views. That's on you, dude.
That I don't go to your YouTube channel and I gotta deal with your nonsense every day.
You're not even on Twitter. You barely follow me on social media.
Why would I watch additional you? I'm with you for 4 hours.
All right. Well, it was on a late night. So anyway, the point is
after my bedtime.
Okay. Well, my point
I can't believe you're mad at me because I don't watch more you.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You're making it seem like I made a prediction out of the sky. I didn't. Now, was I mocked? I woke up to texts that were mocking me. I will not name names. I want to name names of the people who mocked me the next day on my phone. But I acknowledge, long way to go. It's going to be a long series, I think. Right? But
why? Like that sounds like reasonable, Tobin.
But
like I can. But then when we do it on this show, you go Heat in 5.
Well, I'm not going to say Heat in 5. That's silly. I picked but I do regret last year. I picked Bucks and I picked Heat versus Bucks. I picked Heat in 6, and I should have picked Heat in 5. It's one of my great career regrets. But Leroy, you would have to acknowledge, all right, as my friend, if the Heat beat the Boston Celtics, who else in the East can't they beat?
Here's the difference between me and you. I have been on record saying the Heat can beat anybody in the NBA. I have said that. I believe that. You know what the other side of that is?
Mm-hmm.
They have proven they can lose to anybody in the league.
Different season, dude.
And that makes it that you see what you can't win. Like I'm like.
Well, you just won't answer the question.
What do you mean? What question?
If the Heat beat the Boston Celtics, which I acknowledge, long way to go.
It's open season. Open season.
What does that mean?
That means that it's a free-for-all for the East. If the Heat beat the Celtics,
it's not a free-for-all.
You still won't be
the
favorite
favorite
to win.
We're sitting there with the shotgun, dude.
You still won't be the favorite to win, even though you can win it.
Why? Who are you going to go with? Tom Thibodeau?
I'm just telling you. Tobin, I'm telling you.
The flopper?
The Heat could beat the Celtics in 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
They still will not be the favorite to win.
Forget about what Vegas says. If you use your eyes, I know people aren't going to believe in the Heat. They're idiots. I'm talking. I'm looking
at the matter of believing in the Heat.
I'm looking at you as a friend.
I believe in the Heat.
Okay, so you would say if you see them beat the Boston Celtics, just like they did with the Bucks last year,
open season.
It's not open season.
That means anybody can win.
No,
it is. No,
not everybody. Once you.
So wait. If the Heat beat the Bucks, they beat the best team, so that makes them the favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Just let it play out, because I like exactly. Do you not understand, as my friend, how mentally difficult it is to have a conversation with you sometimes?
I don't really understand what's so difficult about it. See, you don't want to. See, here's the
Everybody in the world is shaking their head saying, "I'm sorry, Leroy."
I got to be honest with you, and this is me as a friend to you. I think people look at me and say he just doesn't want to agree with you because you say very political terms like it's open season, because you don't want to just say, of course the Heat will be the favorite if they beat the Celtics.
You know what? I'm just thinking. I'm starting to think I wish my battery didn't work.
I'm going to start calling you Senator Horde.
Hey, Jay.
What? I wish it would have just right when you made your hot take just cut off.
I just saw Tobin break Leroy.
I know.
No, this is not the first time. He does this all the time.
I know, but this was like you went from you. This is what you did. You went.
You voluntarily.
I feel like I did.
All of a sudden,
quit.
You're
you quit.
That's just what I'm doing. Like that's. I just saw him break you, and I'm seeing the smile in his face. Like,
When you leaned back, you had like a little loading sign.
Yeah,
in the middle, just waiting.
Just waited. It was like
Anyway.
a code red.
Take a break. Play a little "You're Dead to Me" next.
I think we did already.
Hello?
stage. First of all, I want to thank my connect, the most important person with all due respect.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
See, I hate this.
Why?
Because Vlad and Jennifer are looking at me like they give me the look.
What's the...
Anyway, let's go.
Let's play a little You're Dead to Me here on the show. Let's get to it to close out here on a Friday. You're dead to me. Now, for my dead to me, there's really no other person to go to. I mean, it was so obvious from jump this week with his nonsense, saying what he said about our beloved Caleb Martin, a sweet gentleman who would never resort to such things as a code red. And not only that, imagine this. All right, dude? You think Eric Spoelstra needs to play dirty? Spo? You think Spo needs to resort to the street stuff? Tactics? Scalabrini? You're a bum? But in a way, I gotta thank you, because it seems like you motivated the Miami Heat. You're still dead to me. You're still dead to me because it was a rotten thing to say. A rotten thing to say. And plus, by the way, you went on Le Batard's show and you acted like a total coward. Sniveling, some may even say. But don't you worry. The Heat will put you out of your misery soon. Soon enough, Scals. You're dead to me. Leroy?
What's dead to me is ESPN coverage of the draft.
Right, dude?
I've had enough, okay? It was a nice moment with all the people that Roger Goodell brought out to cover up his booze. I get it. He brought in some cover, right? He brought in a couple of fall guys because they wasn't gonna boo Eminem, they wasn't gonna boo Calvin, and they wasn't gonna boo
Barry.
They wasn't gonna do that, right? They definitely wasn't gonna boo Goff, right? So he brought out some cover. But that damn coverage, and I'm gonna say this: don't play the music if the pick ain't coming in 2 seconds.
Ridiculous.
Don't go ding, 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 ding. But first,
I was ready.
Commercial break me during the live event.
I was ready for the next thing for Roger Goodell to try and sell me a washing machine, like it was the 70s watching television. Be like, we want to thank our sponsor here, Maytag Dryers.
Especially when, here's what I hate. Pick is in with 3 minutes left, and they wait the 3 minutes before announcing the pick.
Yeah.
Why does it have to last until the middle of the night if it don't have to?
It was brutal last night, dude. I even tried to switch over to McAfee, and you know what they did to McAfee? This was crazy, and I thought he could do whatever he wants. They gagged him. They wouldn't let him say the pick when he knew the pick. He goes, "We know the pick. They won't let us say the pick." And I'm like, "What?"
Which is even worse. Which is even worse, by the way. Saying we know what the pick is.
Because we all do. We're all sitting here. It's such an antiquated system. We're sitting around. Everybody knows the pick for 10 minutes, and we're 9 picks behind.
Okay, so how about this? The draft starts at 8. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Chicago is taking Caleb Williams. Let's go.
I agree. We go 3 minutes, but like a coach's challenge, you can throw out. We're in trade talks. That's it. If we're in trade talks,
I don't mean 3 minutes I'm talking about for the first damn pick. We didn't get the first damn pick until like 8:15.
And I got to be honest with you, dude. Do we need the national anthem? When did that start? Have they been doing that forever? They always do the national anthem.
I missed that.
The national anthem.
I was watching the Panthers.
I had the Panthers on another. I had it on split screen.
That's why. See. I listen. Not for nothing. I'm as patriotic as they come, right? But after the hullabaloo that everybody made about athletes during the national anthem, you still gonna put the national anthem out there? Because keep in mind, let's be clear. When I played, the national anthem was played before the TV broadcast started.
Did they go to Australia for one of their picks? I think they did. Or maybe it was New Zealand. What? All right.
Sick of it.
Jennifer, who's dead to you?
Well, yesterday I got very triggered and I had to walk away from a situation. And my dead to me goes to people who like to interrupt me when they weren't even invited to a conversation.
Wow.
Good dead.
Was this at work?
I will not state where it was.
Yes, it was at work.
So it was at work. So it was
Was
at
that
work.
work?
Was that work?
All I'm saying is that if I'm talking about something that makes me happy
Mm-hmm.
to my friend and you pop your little head out of nowhere when we don't even say hi to each other,
hey,
and you go ahead and state your opinions, no,
So who did that?
I'm not saying
You're
who it
dead
was.
to me.
Leroy had to
That
go.
was Leroy had to go.
I broke him.
Leroy said, "You did. You broke him."
Vlad, who's dead to you? I think
Joel
I know.
Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid. You're a dirty player. You are one of the dirtiest players. I really want to say, you're a tall B word. That's what I think. I think you're a tall B word. That's what you are. Because you do a lot of trickery. You do a lot of dirty stuff. And then if it happens to you, you flop and flail and act like somebody just shot you. Like I said, you'll never win a title. You'll win an Emmy. You'll win a Tony. You might win an Oscar, but you'll never win Finals MVP. You're dead to me.
I'm with you, man. I'll hear that all day.
That was strong.
That was strong. We can all unite against Joel Embiid being a big baby. You know.
Biggest.
Anyway.
Are you 7 foot 285? You can't stand upright.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I've seen workers on 79th and Biscayne that stand up more than this guy.
Guy's sitting at that. Might as well put him in a gi. He's trying to put people into ankle locks.
It's off with another one.
All right, everybody. That is our show for today. We will talk to everybody on Monday.